This episode of Your Mom's House is brought to you by Sattva Luxury Mattress, the only online mattress company that provides free delivery, setup, and mattress removal.
Welcome to Your Mom's House with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pajitsky.
welcome to Your Mom's House.
Here it is. Thank you, Landon, I believe. Landon sent in this instrumental. We always love receiving your instrumentals and your original songs. Honestly, it's been one of the highlights for me of doing this show for years. I love playing the songs. I love playing the instrumentals. Here's what's going on. The rest of this month, I only have 2 shows left this month. 2 big shows. They are going to be in Fresno and Bakersfield, California. There's about 100 tickets left in Bakersfield. Quite a few more available in Fresno. That's October 26th and 27th. Go to tomsegura.com, tour page for that. Next month, the only shows left with tickets are Fort Myers, November 1st. The next day, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, at the Florida Theater, and there are 70 tickets left. Orlando is all sold out. Augusta has about 100 tickets left. That's November 4th. The rest of November, I'm in Montclair. There's only tickets available for the Wednesday show. And in Philadelphia, I'm doing 4 shows at the Merriam Theater. The only show available with tickets is Friday Late Show. From there, you can go to tomsegura.com/tour, look at the 2019 first half of the year dates. We just added second shows in Houston and San Francisco. Those are both in January. We added second shows. The first shows are sold out. Second shows have been added in a number of other cities: San Diego, Dallas, Medford, DC, Chicago, Tampa, Oklahoma City. We're about to announce 2 more coming up, but get on it while you can. And I thank you so much for your support on that. It's very exciting to have a tour kick off like that. Gene?
Gene, I too will be touring in 2019. I'm going to be announcing those dates very soon here. But first, catch my new Netflix special, The Degenerates. It's going to air on Netflix stream. God, am I 500 years old? October 30th, it's going to start streaming on Netflix. Check that out. Your homie Joey Diaz is on there, as well as
Big J Okerson.
Big J. We got Yamanika Sanders. Yeah. I can't remember the other wonderful girl's name.
Lisa Traeger.
Very
She's
funny.
hilarious.
And that's it. Check it out. We filmed it in Vegas. So before I start touring, I'm going to run this hour locally here in Los Angeles in the very small Yoo-Hoo Room at Flappers Comedy Club. There's really just a handful of tickets. I like to do these small shows before I go out. So that's going to be on October 21st. That's this Sunday at Flappers in the Yoo-Hoo Room. And then October 28th, the following Sunday in the Yoo-Hoo Room. Get your tickets, Christina P. Online. San Diego, November 24th. I've added a late show at the House of Brews. Come see me. Get out of the house during Thanksgiving. Philadelphia, second show added December 7th. Get your tickets to the late show. As well as the late show Gramercy Theater in Judor Titties on the 8th of December. And I'm going to be announcing 2019 dates very soon. Christina P. Online. Thank you. God bless.
All right. There it is. I like it, Gene.
I like it, Jeans.
Thank you guys so much.
Hey,
as
Jeans,
always,
I like it.
listening to this show. Thank you for supporting our live shows, supporting our merch. Go to merchmethod.com/Tom Segura. There's a bunch of new stuff. We have exciting holiday stuff that's coming out in a couple weeks. I believe I should probably check to see if the new hat is up there. Let's look. It is. It's there. It's the Jean beanie. Look.
I know. I saw it today.
It's just modeled.
That's so awesome.
Remember the Jean hat or the Jean
yes,
hoodie?
My favorite hoodie.
So this is our winter hat, our beanie.
That's so fun.
I love it. I love it.
I love a good beanie.
I know.
You know, I love what Elon Ethan brought us this
Those
pink
are cool,
one too,
yeah.
and I like that one.
I'm going to ask that they send us some of these so we can wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best for winter times.
Winter
it's
times
cold
are here.
outside.
I know, it's under 70 here.
Put on your beanie.
Barely keeping it together here in Los Angeles. I actually love those cool, windy mornings.
Windy. My mother used to say, it's crispy outside.
Very crispy
it's
outside.
crispy. I go, I don't think it's crispy, Mom.
Well, you ready to do this?
Oh my God, I have so much to share.
There's a lot to go over.
To share.
Let's get going. Here we go. And pull your jeans up.
She blocked my truck in the road.
Truck drivers,
Oh my God.
you don't have a lot of sex, so you get mercy. You don't take advantage of prostitutes. You don't even do it. Except for 4 times.
This shit is big time!
Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Yo, mom in the fucking stand!
Welcome to your mom's house.
It's here. Another episode of Your Mom's House. Pomcasts. So you know what to do. Drop your jeans and...
Rough.
Did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to think of that one?
Just in a
That's
second here.
really good, Tom.
Thanks. Do you think this lady is not well? You know what's really crazy?
No.
When you see somebody like her who looks like she's on the edge of complete breakdown, saying absolute nonsense to this poor truck driver. That look on her face is terrifying.
Sure.
It's that she's driving.
Right. How do
She's
these
driving.
people drive? Now they have licenses. They walk among us like normal people.
I know. I
And
think
they're
about
not.
that all the time.
So do I.
This show has informed my opinion of the masses so much more.
I
that,
know.
That people like this, I mean, God bless her. I'm not trying to, I mean, you know, I don't want to say that like it's hilarious that she's super sick.
Sure.
But that...
I'd just say that my mom was crazy and it provided a lot of entertainment. Like we were saying before.
Yeah.
She'd be like, it's cold outside, it's crispy.
I have
And
a
you're
lot
like,
of
"It's
crazy.
not
I have a lot of
crispy."
crazy in my family.
Yes.
But what I'm
You have to
saying
laugh
is
at it, is what we're
that.
saying.
But sometimes I think about how many people out there, and especially on the road,
Oh, yeah.
are really sick
Nuts.
and like shouldn't be driving.
Nuts. My dad used to say it all the time. Everybody is crazy or on drugs.
It's pretty accurate.
And now I'm like, I think he's right.
I think one of the things you'll end up telling our boys a lot, all of like the two of us, is like you're gonna navigate a world of crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just be prepared for unreasonable people out there
All the
because
time.
That's what there's a lot of out there.
I prepare him constantly now.
Or hopefully the boys are, but like a lot of times if you're not crazy, you're expecting crazy people to be able to reason with you.
That's right.
And that's the big mistake.
That's right. That's my biggest flaw. That's can I tell you something? It took me 36 years as an adult and 10 years of therapy to realize that you can't reason with crazy. Mm-hmm. So that's a huge life lesson.
It is a huge life lesson. I'm almost 40, and that's something that I've recently come to terms with.
Right.
That you can't rationalize with totally fucking crazy people.
But you can have a good time watching them.
You can have a fun podcast about them.
And you know, like I said, my mother. I say it again, and for those of you just tuning in, my mother was mentally ill. She was a borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
She had schizophrenia later in life. I got an ass load of crazy growing up.
Yeah.
So hey, man, don't fucking email me and tell me how insensitive I am making fun of this shit because I'm entitled to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Now, her point about truckers being not so sexed up, I don't know much about. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people who drive trucks listen to our show. God bless them.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
I love them. Now, my understanding is truckers are the nastiest.
I mean, they have a nasty reputation. I would say
Right?
there's probably some really good, wholesome truckers out there.
Of course, family
But
truckers.
they do have a rep for, you know, getting lizard lots.
Right.
And you know, being the dirty guys. But I think some of them are probably very decent people.
Of course, I'd say most are.
Sure.
But then there's things like you hear about Well, don't you have a joke in your act about going to a certain video place, and there's holes in walls?
Yeah.
That's primarily, from what I understand, like truckers. Yeah.
I mean, that was on a highway in Carolina,
Right.
and yeah, it
Out of the
probably,
way.
yeah, it probably was frequented by some truckers.
Yeah. Well, I'd like
But
to
locals
hear...
were welcome. I mean, they didn't have a policy. I mean, she said some real crazy shit here to this
Sure.
guy.
Let's hear
and
it.
she says a lot more, but I'll just replay it so you get an idea.
Oh, boy.
Whoa, that was weird. Let's see what happens. She cornered this guy. Look.
She blocked my truck in the road.
Truck drivers, you don't have a lot of sex, so you get mercy. You don't take advantage of prostitutes.
What?
You don't even do it. Except for 4 times.
She's having a vision right now.
Yeah. Yep.
4 times? That's
not a lot.
It's not a lot, but how did she know it was 4?
She knows. She sees stuff.
Jesus Christ is coming back.
There you go.
Move your truck out of the way, God said. Move your truck to the side of the road.
No, you listen to the Holy Spirit. He's greater than Jesus. No, he's not.
You know, I wonder if, because my mom too, towards the end of her life, got into Jesus and the
She
Bible.
did?
Yeah, like when we went through her stuff, there's a lot of like underlining, highlighting the Bible, and like she'd have these religious cards kind of stashed everywhere. Like I guess that seems like a pretty common.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot when you know
people
you're going
go
to die.
Nutty. Yeah.
Yeah, also just when, like, I have an atheist relative
Yeah.
who, when he got sick, he was very much like not into religion, and everybody around, because he knew he was going to die, start talking to
Right.
you like he knew he was going to die too.
Right.
They're like, just get back on the Jesus train.
Time to start hedging the
Yeah,
bet.
and then he was
Shit.
like, all right. He started to pray and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
That's
Makes sense though. You may as well try. Like if all that stuff's true,
yeah,
you may as well be on the right side of it.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why somebody who they're like, you're about to die, do you want to just go ahead and ask JC if he'll take you? Then you probably go like, yeah, all right.
I should believe in Jesus now.
There was that famous writer who was an atheist who was diagnosed and, told he was terminal, and he did.
Yeah.
He died.
Carl
And-
Sagan.
No. He was
died
a
an
scientist.
atheist,
I'm
too.
talking about this writer, a writer who's the most famous. I'm drawing a blank on him right now. And they were like, how about now that you know you're going to die? He was like, nah.
Yeah.
He still stayed on.
He was like, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, which I respect the shit out
So
of.
was Carl Sagan on his deathbed. They go, do you not believe in God anymore?" He's like, "No, bro. I'm fucking. I'm ride or die.
Yeah.
Atheist all the way, homie."
All the way.
He gave the double
Suck it.
bird.
Double birds.
Yeah.
I gave him the double bird.
Yeah. He was like, "Fuck that shit, homie.
Yeah.
Going to prison. Going to hell."
I
Anyways.
respect it. I respect
Yeah, of
the
course.
shit out of being like, no, I'm not buying it.
I'm not. I used to buy it. I bought it as a kid, and the older I get, the less I believe it. Especially since having children of my own, where I'm like, there's nothing out there. It is lawless. It is a ruthless world of nature. It is a jungle.
Yeah.
You just gotta get by.
I think the big thing about religion is that it's very comforting to people.
Sure is.
Which I you can't criticize that if it makes you feel
Sure is.
like there's meaning and gives you comfort. I'm like, I get it.
But yeah, can I tell you what really made me think about
Yeah.
how there's no God? Is watching that space movie with Ryan Gosling.
We
What
went
a
to
good
see
movie
that movie.
that
What's
was.
it called?
It's called Ryan
Is it
Gosling.
called To the Moon?
Ryan Gosling shouldn't wear a shirt. It's
He's-
called Why the fuck did they put him in a fucking astronaut outfit? That's why I go see Ryan Gosling, so he's shirtless at some point, and he wasn't even shirtless. He looked like a
Yeah.
regular guy. It was so upsetting.
It's called First Man.
First man to shit on the moon.
What? That's one of the big flaws. We went to see First Man. By the way, I was ready to leave a few minutes in. I'm serious.
So stupid. I
I'm
know.
serious.
I know you did. You looked over at me.
It was like an
Stupid.
hour in, and I was like, all right, it's all set up. I get it. Let's go.
I know what's gonna happen. Is what
I
you
know what's
said.
going to happen. I know he's going to land on the moon. And I know he's
Yay.
going to walk on the moon. I know. I've seen it.
Boring.
Boring is exactly right. And I was
But
like,
how do you know? But how do you know they didn't find aliens that we didn't hear about before.
That wouldn't be
How
the
do you know
movie.
that the MTV flag wasn't there?
It's movies. This is a big thing. Movies about things you already know about.
That's tough. I know it is tougher. Like that fucking boring newspaper one we saw.
Oh my God, that was terrible.
With what's her name? The one I love. You know.
Yeah, she's a fantastic. Everyone's a good actor in it.
Meryl Streep.
That's what kept me from falling asleep. Was at least they had good actors in it. The Post. I think it was
The
called The
Post.
Post.
Jesus
What
Christ.
a boring fucking movie that was.
Let me guess. How many awards did that piece of shit
I mean,
get?
it's directed by Spielberg.
And
And it hit the blueprint of movie making.
yeah,
So
it was,
you know
it was
that,
a good
like,
movie. Solid
well,
that way.
it's a solid movie in
Right.
that it follows. Here's the setup. Here's the the controversy. Here's the resolution. You see every scene coming. You see every line coming. I mean, there's no surprise in that movie, which is what makes movies fucking boring.
Because you know what the story is. And we all know what happened with, what's his name, Lance Armstrong, when he went to the moon.
Yeah, man. Lance landed there on his bike, and then he gets off, and he's like, "So what if I cheated?" And he puts a flag in the moon, and everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Whatever. Here's the things that I find very upsetting about the movie.
Ryan Gosling wears a shirt.
He
Go
wears
ahead.
a shirt. He fucking.
So
They show him peeing on the spacecraft, which
Right.
is cool.
Finally, we got to see how they urinate
and he
in
and he
space.
pisses and he shuts it and he's like, "I pissed,"
Right.
and then
And it was brown. And he goes, "Oh, there's so much nitrogen in the air,
Yeah.
maybe." And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense.
that makes sense.
Sure.
No shitting.
Right.
And it's like, okay, these guys are up in space
For 4 days to get to the moon.
They're not going to take a dump the whole time. Okay, that's upsetting.
Well, I'm serious. Like, I know we joke about it on the
Yeah,
show.
I know.
I'm serious.
I'm
How
serious
do
too.
astronauts shit in space?
They don't tell you.
And especially, do they eat like MREs like they do in the military to kind of block you up?
That's interesting. Also, they don't show the guys jacking off at all, or even talking about it.
Or
Like they're thinking about it.
of course,
There's no porn.
of course.
They're like, what do you need when you're up there? Obviously, that'd be like a top 3 list. If they'd probably be like, we need fluids to drink.
Right.
We need food. I want music. I want to watch some porn.
I would rearrange that list if you were going into space. First is porn, then food, then liquids.
I don't know if that's the order, but I just feel
Toilet.
like it's very misleading. Once again, Hollywood misleads us
Yeah.
into thinking that there's no jacking off going on in any
Right.
facet of life for any type of character.
Right.
There's no pooping going on ever. I mean, it's like,
Well, two
but
guys,
this is why people are not going to the movies anymore.
2 guys alone in space and nobody's jerking off.
Yeah, I know.
I don't buy it.
I think they're both like, how about I'll jerk you off? And then he's like, all right, I'll jerk you off. And then they watch the cum float around because there's no gravity.
Right. Neil and
And then they go,
Buzz.
like that.
So stupid.
Buzz is a dick in the
I
movie.
liked Buzz. I actually wanted to hear him talk more.
He was an asshole.
Yeah, I know.
in the
It's
movie.
interesting. It's interesting. But here's my point: is I saw that, and here's the amazing part about the moon landing, which you don't think about as a kid when you hear about it.
Yeah.
It was done in the 60s. And when you think about the level of technology that existed in the 1960s,
Yeah.
we barely had toasters,
Yeah.
refrigerators, blenders. All that shit was new. They didn't even have a fucking cell phone. And these dudes, it's all dudes, put dudes on the moon. And you know how many men died to get there, which
A
is
lot.
pretty crazy.
That's the
and
part
sad.
that I actually learned something in the movie.
I didn't know that.
Because
either.
I assumed, obviously, there's a whole program going on for years to lead up to this.
Right.
I didn't realize how many people died.
No, and how people didn't like the space program because of it.
Yeah.
And
They even had
protested it.
a fire
Yeah.
in one of the spacecraft before it even launched.
It's like a test day. Sucked.
And the 3 guys died before it ever even took off because the fire just
Spoiler
blew
alert.
up in there. Well,
That's not its history.
yeah.
But that's when you realize stuff like, there's no God. I mean, there's no God.
But
And then
here,
you see him take steps on the moon. It feels like you're doing it, which is so amazing with this movie. Guys, go and see it. It's just when they finally show him taking his first steps, and you feel like you're doing it the way that it's shot. It's just brilliant.
yeah. All right.
It's
well,
just brilliant.
Damien Chazelle, Scott, or Josh Singer, and James Hansen, the director and the writers. Here's the question everybody has for you guys.
Where's the cum?
Right.
Where is the cum? This movie is missing a big portion of interest from us.
I'm being serious though. When they have to brown,
Yeah.
because was there like a flap in the back, like old timey pajamas? You know, like the poop chute flap, like you know, in cartoon pajamas.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that how they do it?
Well, babe, we don't know. We don't know because these guys decided to get lazy and not tell us anything. So
Yeah. And again, I'm bummed that Ryan Gosling kind of looked like a regular guy. Like they didn't light him all nice, and
they did. He looked like a totally normal dude.
yeah, it was upsetting.
No body shots.
No,
Yeah.
none.
I was thinking, because what I heard before we went to the movie was that there was a scene where he was on a couch on all fours and that he took his wife's head and he put it behind and forced her to, you know,
He just scrum.
service from behind. Yeah. And I was like,
heard-
that'll be a cool scene.
I heard that too. That's how he was chosen for the space program.
Do you think Ava Mendes eats his scrum? It's Ryan Gosling.
She nasty.
You think so?
I think she nasty as hell.
Why do you think she's so nasty?
They got 2 kids too, I think.
They do.
She just looks kind of nasty.
Oh my gosh.
Doesn't
you mean like
she?
does nasty things?
Yeah.
Really?
She look like she's down. I don't know. Shit, you tell me. You're the one that bangs hoes left and right.
I mean, you're the one who's always like, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
I'd lick his butthole.
I would. He
Well,
looks
that's what
hairless.
I'm saying. Do you think that she does?
If he's as hairless as I think he is, and he looks really clean, he just looks like he smells nice all the time.
Yeah.
I would do it. Just how how Robin Wright Penn has that air of her that she's really clean and that her butthole. Is it Robin Wright Penn still or just Robin Wright?
Probably just Robin Wright.
And she looks like her butthole doesn't smell either.
Yeah. When does that shit come back?
I know. House of
Come back.
Farts.
Yeah. House of Farts with no Kevin Spacey.
I had to kill him, dummy.
Yeah.
Here goes your career, shitbag.
God.
Man, savage. Well, that's the price you pay, dude.
That's the price you pay for being a
Touching
rapist.
dudes.
Yeah.
Speaking of touching dudes, no, there's no segue for that, but
Yeah.
well, we have a lot of updates in the Segura household.
Well, should we finish this clip first?
Oh, I didn't know it
Yeah.
was not finished.
Yeah,
I
there's-
just want to get to our updates before our guest comes.
Okay,
We got a
just
lot
real
to go
quick.
over
We
in
got to
the
finish
home.
the speech this lady's making.
Okay.
Don't take off! Yeah, I know! You're a fallen angel!
We're just
That's why you had trouble in school! You're dyslexic!
section of Kelly.
No, you lied and said you were dyslexic so you could be in the learning disability class! All liars have their part in the lake of fire! But if you ever didn't like the smell of sulfur and you thought that semen tasted like eggs, it's because you ate the eggs!
Whoa. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Kanye.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like him when he gives these speeches now.
He's really off of his lithium right now.
Yeah. He said he stopped taking his medication.
Oh, well,
He announced
there
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, dipshit.
She definitely did too.
Yeah. That's the problem. My mom refused to take stuff too, and that's when things head south very
Yeah,
quickly.
it just
That's when
keeps
it
going.
gets-
There's a sacred place says,
Oh boy.
Ruach Kodesh, S-H-D-E-O.
Oh, I thought they were going to spell it out like electric company.
There's a C or K. It's a K.
She's spell checking herself.
Half my life, man. I'm just trying to drive through my
Right.
I'm not afraid of it. I have to.
I said F
Poor
my
guy.
life. Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. Speaking of scrum, here's a message we got. Hey, Tim and Crystal, I have been with my girlfriend for just over 8 months now. At 1 month, I asked her what her favorite thing in the bedroom was, and she said getting her scrum licked. As an ass-eating virgin, I was excited to try it out, and we both love it. Fast forward a week, she asked me in the shower if I would like to have my scrum licked. This was a huge curveball,
Nasty.
as I was not prepared for and instantly declined out of politeness because as a man, I don't have the prettiest asshole. Every day I pondered what it could possibly feel like. If she likes it so much, then why wouldn't I? 2 months went by of me thinking about it just about every day. I finally asked her to dive in while we were showering. It truly changed my life. Hands down, the best feeling ever. 9 months in, our relationship is stronger than ever, and I really believe it is because of ass eating. The fact that Crystal has not eaten Tim's ass saddens me, and I cannot stand listening to her decline it every time it's brought up. A couple days ago, I asked her the FGT RTD question, and she would not turn me in. I believe her answer is a direct correlation to eating my ass. So, Timmy, if you want to change Crystal's answer, you have to start with her eating your ass. Thanks from Canada's national capital.
Oh.
Really interesting.
We learned that.
Ottawa. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Okay.
Just
I mean, it's a theory.
Yeah.
I just think
got to get in there.
They're nasty.
Asshole.
Yeah. Somebody asked a couple episodes back. This is an email. A few episodes back, you talked about dudes who like to have their balls squeezed during sex and wondering exactly what the turn on was. Well, I am one of those guys. My wife knows that I like it when she grabs my sack and just gradually squeezes harder and harder until I can't take it anymore. Part of it is pleasure and pain. And the other part of it, what makes it a huge turn on, is just that this person who is about 75 pounds lighter than me is completely controlling me.
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
will literally do anything she asks me to do because my balls are completely at her mercy. For some reason, that gets me going like nothing else. My wife, who probably was super confused the first time I took her hand and squeezed it down on my nuts, now realizes what power she has and is also totally into it. Unrelated note, she was also not a ride or die wife. If I casually murdered a barista, she would turn my swollen ball ass into the police.
Good
Without
girl.
second thought, that's Nate from Milwaukee.
Good, Nate.
That's nice.
Well, I'm glad that does shed some light on the experience here.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's kind of a power thing, and he likes the vulnerability of it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So are you saying you want me to squeeze your nuts tonight?
Okay. Yeah. That's
Let
what
me
I'm
squeeze
saying.
them?
Sure. Yeah.
Who's that?
There you go.
It's time for that.
Yep.
Uh-oh, jeans. All right, here we go. Oh, gosh, you know what I did? Sorry, talk for a second. I got to find.
Okay, I'll talk for a second.
I did the wrong thing.
I'm very much looking forward to this unplanned thing that you told me will happen tonight now. So I very much appreciate it.
Okay.
So we've had a really interesting couple of days, really months with this dog.
Oh,
now-
stop it. I hate that dog right now. I love her again, but I fucking hated her.
I know. This dog has pretty much once a month had diarrhea, but
Tell him the neatest part about the kind and what time it happens.
yeah, it's always between like 2 and 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Never any other time.
No, and the neatest part is that you have the ability to sleep through everything.
Yeah, I do.
You sleep through babies crying,
Yeah, but it's not selective.
dogs
man.
having diarrhea.
I'm asleep. You can't get mad at me.
I
when
know, but I'm the one that has to deal with the goddamn dog.
Well, here's the
diarrhea.
cool thing that happened the other day.
Kills
okay?
me.
So a lot of times, the older boy, who's 2.5, he'll pop up in the middle of the night, stand in his crib, and just like yell or cry. I assume he's had a nightmare, or he's just awake. Found himself awake and wants to be comforted.
Mm-hmm.
So typically, I go downstairs at that time, and it'll be anywhere from 11:30 at night to 5 o'clock in the morning. It's just whenever. It's not every night, but it's semi-regularly.
It's very eventful evenings
Yeah.
in our home.
So the other night, it's about 5 in the morning, and he starts screaming, and I hear him on the monitor, and so I sit up, and I'm like, God damn, because I was in a deep sleep.
I know.
All right, I go downstairs, and I like how you go, like, I know.
Always.
Yeah.
Lucky.
I like how you're upset that I sleep.
I'm so upset that you get to sleep.
Such a selfish
I haven't
person.
slept in a year.
But anyways, I go down there, I pick him up, I rock him, I calm him. He gets relaxed in 10 seconds.
So relax.
And then I just stay with him for a few minutes. I'm like, all right, buddy, we got to go back to sleep. And he's like, okay. Put him back in, walk upstairs, and you're more awake than you want to be because it's like 5 now. And I'm like, fuck, I got to go back to sleep. And as I'm walking I walk in the bedroom, I'm walking to the bathroom because I'm going to brush my teeth before I go back to bed.
Yeah.
As I'm walking in there, I smell. I'm like, there is shit in this room right now. So you go like, how's...
Fuck.
You're in bed. You're like, how's Alice? I'm like, there's shit in the room right now. And you're like, what? And I go, turn on the light. You turn the light on. The dog, which is so odd.
It's horrible.
Had shit on the, like, put her ass up to the edge of the crate and slept and shit through the crate. Now, for a long time, our dogs slept with us in bed. But during the pregnancy, it was like so disruptive to your sleep that we just We have, dog beds
and they're crate
crates.
trained, so they like it in there. It's not, we're not hurting anybody.
Yeah. So the dog, though, this is so odd. You had actually heard her moving around.
So here's the thing. I was up at 2 a.m. pumping my tits. So 3 a.m., I hear her. She never actually asks to be let out of the crate. What she does is she just kind of sniffs. She'll be like, like she'll breathe a little weirdly, and she'll kind of like make like a yawning stress yawn sound.
Yeah.
And that's how I know it's time to let her out. She doesn't she never paws at the crate. So it's very subtle sounds that if I don't hear them, it can be fucking really bad. So I heard the sounds at 3 a.m. I walk over to her and I'm like, do you want to go potty, girl? Do you want to go potty? And she looked at me like, bitch, why'd you wake me up? Like, she did not want to go potty. So then I thought, great. Went back to sleep, heard Ellis pop up, and then you came back and she fucking shit. She stuck her ass, like you said.
Yeah.
And not just any shit. This is the neat part.
Yeah.
It is dog diarrhea.
It's
liquid.
mushy shit. And she did it in 2 corners of the crate.
So sad.
And the
I
other
hate when
dog
that-
is like,
Fief is like,
Fief's in there. He's like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, you can tell he's backed up.
Yeah, he's like, nah.
Yeah. When I open the door, he hops out like over her shit. So then we like, again, at this point, it's like 5:15 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We get gloves,
I got the whole setup.
Yeah.
Latex gloves.
garbage bags,
the
sprays.
fucking spray.
It's fucking horrible, man.
Wipes.
And so we're cleaning
Trash
up
bags.
diarrhea shit at 5:15 in the morning. So I wrap up the dog bed that's covered in shit, throw it in a
Just throw it
garbage
in the
bag.
trash. Fuck it.
We finally get like the shit in a bag, and as
We're
I'm
standing
tying it, like, all right, now let's go back to bed. The fucking smoke alarm,
Yes.
smoke detector goes off downstairs.
Yeah.
So I run downstairs. I'm like trying to find which smoke detector's going off. It's in our older boy's room.
Oh my God.
So I open the door and it smells. It smells
burning rubber.
Burning. It smells smoky.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh shit. And I grab him, and before I even turn around, you're already like,
Hell yeah.
you're like, yeah, at the house right now. Dude, within a couple minutes.
Firefighter. You know what I said? I called the fire department and I was like, get over here right now. I got 2 babies in this house. Something's on fire. Hurry up, hurry up. And I've never called the fire department in my life. So I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I told them I got 2 babies. You gotta hurry. And they're like, well, ma'am, get the babies out of the house right now. So of course we gather up the babies.
Yep.
We're going out the porch.
Dude.
But it was amazing. They showed up.
They showed up quickly.
So fast.
It's amazing.
Thank
Fire
God.
department, firefighters are just amazing people. But
And they were
these
huge.
guys came full alarms, sirens.
2 fire truck.
2 big fire trucks, the paramedic, ambulance, and then the fire truck van all show up. These guys come storming in with axes.
Yeah.
I mean,
And they were juiced. They were pumped.
they were ready to go.
find
They're
some
like, where's
shit.
the fire? And anyways, within seconds, they calm down and they're like, did your heat just run for like the first time? And
I go, yeah. And I go, it's a new heater. We just had to put in. And then the fire guy goes, well, it's because it's brand new and it's burning off all the residue and stuff in there. It's an HVAC situation.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed. And I'm standing there in my jammies and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
I was outside just
embarrassed.
showing Ellis the fire truck. I was like, look at the lights. And he was like, oh.
He loved it.
Oh, he loved it. He thought it was the coolest thing ever that he woke up to do that.
Yeah, I was mortified. And listen, I wouldn't have had the alarm in my son's room not gone off.
No,
I mean,
it's scary. In the moment, it's also 5 o'clock in the morning. Your brain's kind of scrambled.
Yeah, you don't know what's happening.
But the next thing that happened was they left, and then now it's like 5:45.
Yeah.
And then our kid is like, can we play now? And I was like, no, we're going back to bed. And he was like, oh, come on, man. And that took another 20 minutes to get him to chill out.
tantruming, yeah. He was all freaked out.
And I was like, you couldn't tell somebody, like you couldn't script this happening. Him crying, dog shit, smoke detector, fire department,
it was the worst night. And then 2 nights later, the dog got diarrhea again. And I was up all night with that motherfuck dog. So I took Bitsy to the vet again because we thought it was because she was eating stuff.
Yeah.
Turns out she has inflammatory bowel disorder, disease, whatever.
And it's
for
different
dogs.
than traditional IBS.
IBS is psychological. They say it's stress related, but she doesn't have diarrhea when she gets groomed or anything.
Yeah.
It's unrelated to that.
She's got something in
it's
her system.
inside of her.
Yeah.
You know, these Brussels, they're great dogs, but I think genetically she's got some stuff. That dog's butthole
Yeah.
has been the only problem with this dog is the dog's asshole.
Let's so anyways, we put her down yesterday. Our guest is here.
She's here,
I
and
know.
she's going to be on a new diet.
Yeah.
And I'm giving her hemp oil twice a day, and hopefully in a new food, a softer food that's going to help her. So, knock on wood.
Our guest is here though. Let's take a quick break and grab him. All right, we're back, and we have with us our guest. Preferred pronouns: he, him. Post transition, one of my favorite comedians in the world. Also, one of the stars of, we've mentioned many times, I Need You to Kill, the comedy documentary directed by J. Elvis Weinstein that's available on Amazon Prime. Multiple stand-up albums, multiple television appearances, a new special that was just shot that will be coming to you somewhere soon. You'll announce when you have all the information. It is the great Chad Daniels.
Woo!
Hi, everyone. That's about right. That sounds about right.
I
Chad
love
Daniels.
That sounds even closer.
There you go.
You're so funny.
You're the best.
Thank you, guys.
And you're one of those people that more people need to know about. I feel
Yep.
like it's time. It's time. I love when you used to talk about your wife drinking red wine.
Oh, yeah.
What was the red wine
Her
thing?
mouth, her teeth would be all purple and gross, right?
He has so many great jokes. He's
Well,
one of the great joke writers.
So that's nice. It's funny because people will come up and they'll be like, hey, can you do this bit tonight? Like to see me before a show.
Yeah.
And I go, I can't because I'm divorced and don't talk about her ever on stage.
Yeah.
It's just not fair.
Do you have a lot of divorce material?
I don't have any.
Any? Do you do that purposely because you
Yeah,
have
because
kids?
it's just like it's her life.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So if it's not 100% my story to tell,
That's
then
too bad.
I don't tell it.
What's it? Do you? I mean, because you have kids, do you still interact, right?
Absolutely, yeah. She lives 8 blocks away. We live in the same town still.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, split custody, so we have to talk about kids' schedules and.
Yeah.
God, I feel like not that it's definitely not the biggest part of divorce, but isn't one of the things that when you remove the emotional stuff, aside, the logistics of scheduling, is that one of the things where you're like, God damn it, that like you didn't plan on when you divorce? You're like, I gotta set up Tuesday. I don't have Tuesday worked out. You know what I mean?
It is tough. The hardest part was watching my daughter come over with like her laundry basket, and it's like I go, well, why don't you put those in the dresser so it's not such a pain for you? She goes, well, I mean, I have to bring it back and forth, and I was like, oh god, my fucking heart is breaking right now.
Yeah.
So I just, you know what? I will buy one of each for. Like
Yeah.
one
you have
here
to.
and one there.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to bring shit back and forth.
Now that's the sad part of divorce, but let's talk about the good part.
Pussy.
Hey.
Not
How
true.
about that new puss, dog?
I wish.
What?
What?
I got divorced too late. Everybody's like, oh, you're divorced? Sorry. And then just,
No.
Absolutely.
Really?
True.
You're not getting it in?
What about that second wife? Tom and I keep talking about what his second wife's
Yeah,
gonna be like.
we're hoping that I get like a Dalmatian, like the girl
Hot and
who's like,
stupid.
you're so funny,
And
then
her brain outgrows her skull and she goes crazy. That's what happens to Dalmatians.
Is that right?
What?
Yeah.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
they're adorable, right? They're
Yeah.
like, this puppy's amazing.
Yeah.
And then when they're 3, their brain outgrows their skull and like, it's crazy.
I didn't know that.
That's what happens to hot chicks
Hot
too.
chicks, yeah.
That makes sense.
I want to get that girl who's just like, hey, babe, did you have a good
There you
show?
go.
And I'm like, yeah, I had a good
Tiger.
show. She's like, I got a handbag, Louis Vuitton. And I'm like, that's great. And then I'm like, anyways. And she's like, blowjob time. I'm like, yeah. And then she's
Yeah.
like, I'll go to the other room so you can sleep and watch your football game.
No demands on you ever.
Ever.
On your time,
Second
on your
wife?
attention. Yeah.
No.
Second wife puts up with everything basically.
Absolutely.
Takes care of everything for you.
Yeah, I could be like, fucking go. I have just work for
Months.
I'm
Going Alaska.
going on a football game trip with my friends. She's like, have fun. I love you. Yeah.
You know,
Where do you find? Is there a second wife shop?
I think they're just out there.
they're
right?
out. They're on the road. They're road beeves. I'm
They're
guessing.
in Phoenix. Let's be honest.
Phoenix.
Road beeves.
Yeah. That road beef's out there
Yeah.
waiting for you.
You know who
They're in Houston. They're in Phoenix.
Yeah, the hot places.
Yeah, they're in
Desert.
Tampa. Tampa's their
Tampa.
headquarters.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I picked northern Minnesota to live, so that should be pretty good.
That's your problem.
Where everybody gets the pretty girl from Dairy Queen gets
There
married
you
at
go.
17 and fucking stays married forever.
That's right.
That's the problem. Seriously, you need to relocate where the hot sluts live.
yeah.
Listen, 4 years.
4 years. That's
4
it. That's not
years.
long.
Yeah.
And it'll be here, SoCal?
Man, I think so. This weather is unbelievable.
It's
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah, my daughter's a freshman, and I might homeschool her from here,
Yeah.
sophomore through senior year, because
Do
it's
it.
so nice.
Maybe, yeah, I know. So nice here. It really is. I always say weather is underrated. When people are like, oh, yeah, the weather. Like, no. Weather is life. It dictates everything.
Yeah, when you can go outside. I mean, it's going to be gray for 9 months where I live.
Oh,
I
God.
painted my fucking living room sky blue, which is not recommended by anyone, only to have blue in my life in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Listen, we got sunshine, avocados. You've had one of those before?
Not one that's ready to eat.
What if
Yeah.
what if Chad's whole cynical, shitty take on everything is just tied to living in Fergus Falls,
It
Minnesota?
is.
And that he moves down here and he'll be like, I have a banana every morning. And then his act just turns into like fruit
Terrible.
and like just.
You guys ever rent a Prius?
And everyone's like, what happened to you? He's like, I don't know. I feel great.
Yeah.
That's his whole act.
Dude.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. You're going to get
I
super
want it to
happy.
happen. I want it to happen. So we got to keep you from getting second wife puss in another town so that you actually come to Southern California so we can be around you.
I'm telling you, it just isn't, it's not people see me on stage and they're like, he's grumpy
Yeah.
and he has a grown man child. So we don't need to talk to him after this. Let's go
I
drink.
find this so hard to believe. I really do.
It's real.
Now you got to put out don't you got to lace it into the material?
I'm never,
No.
ever going to do that. Have you ever seen a fucking divorced comic on stage?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
yeah, well, I learned this new, butt fucking, and it's,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, you sit there and you're like, are you trolling right now?
I've seen
Yes.
that.
It's
I've
so
also
gross.
seen the not well hidden attempt to get laid with like, and that's why I never get to any sex. You know,
Yeah,
and then
they
you
pull up-
know that
yeah.
they're
No, here's the
Putting the
ultimate
bait
one
out there.
too. Ladies, you guys are the superior sex, am I right? And then the pandering to how
how
great
great
women are.
Yeah.
The fake feminist male comic, that's my favorite move.
What? I can't believe that they told you guys I'm staying at the Courtyard Marriott. What's next? That I'm in room 609? See ya.
And they just open with "Believe all women." You're like, oh come on.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of it. Look how Chad laughs at that one. It's in his act right now. You know who I want to be in my second marriage, Tom? I want to be the frivolous, older housewife woman who has not a care in the world. Like you've seen her on reality shows where she's like, like everything's funny, and I just need to buy a grill for $5,000. And her whole life is like, I gotta get a manicure. I gotta do
You're
Pilates."
constantly remodeling. Like,
Yeah,
every
yeah,
year
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like, this house, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And then-
My husband needs
This
a
doesn't
summer house.
fit me anymore.
Yeah.
This kitchen, it's not like what I'm cooking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're
Yeah,
like,
that's what I want.
Do you know that there's such thing as a chef's kitchen?
Yeah.
And then you're like, what? And then your husband's just like, just build what you want.
That's what I want. Yeah.
I'd be like, do you know there's such thing as a chef? And you haven't fucking made anything in 3 years?
Exactly.
That's
How
who I
about you take
want to
some
be.
fucking cooking lessons, babe? And you're
Yeah.
like, nah.
And I'm drunk all the time. I'm always brunching
You're just like wine buzzed.
all the
day.
time.
Yeah.
Chardonnay. And the husband works so hard, like just to keep me in the world. You know,
Yeah.
I don't see him. We don't even have a
No.
relationship. It's fine.
You spend recklessly.
fine.
Like,
Yeah.
Epically recklessly.
Yeah, that's who I want to be.
And like once every few months, he's like, I mean, $600,000 on the Amex. Jesus.
What? But don't I look good, sweetie?
He's like, yeah, that's pretty true. Yeah.
And it's cheaper to keep
Then he
me than
just takes
divorce
your
me.
head and he puts you behind.
No, he doesn't do that.
Babui Chiseo Mabihol.
Oh,
No, but it's cheaper to keep me than to divorce me. That's why he keeps me.
Yeah, it's true.
And
yeah.
he just has affairs, and it's fine because I'm not giving him sex
That's
anyways.
right. That's right.
That's how second wife works.
That's
Wow,
right.
That's
Older
how it
son.
works?
That's
Yeah.
so great.
I don't want one.
No?
Not if that's how it works.
No, your second
You guys
wife.
are really setting this up in not a great light.
When you move to California, you're gonna find your second
Guess where
wife.
he's going to get pussy tomorrow. Or he's gonna,
Why? Where's he going?
Irvine.
No, I'm not.
Sperm Vine?
Yes.
Dude, everybody listening, go see Chad Daniels in Irvine.
This episode,
drops.
if you're listening, you have time. If you're listening right now as it comes out,
Yeah.
tomorrow, Wednesday night, he's going to be in Irvine at
And
the Irvine Improv.
Looking for love.
Looking for
I'm
love.
really not.
He's not looking for
Just
love.
You
for
guys
one
are
night.
making this seem so sad.
No.
Can someone say hi to Chad tomorrow? Just give him a hug.
He likes his balls tugged.
Right. Pulled hard.
Do you like pulled hard? We just read an email about pull hard.
I have really sensitive nuts.
Yeah.
Really?
So, yeah.
So you're
It's-
like, no thanks.
It's like just keep it above the sack.
Yeah.
Above this. Okay. Yeah.
But
You don't even want
so you
them
don't want
touched.
like you don't want to like that.
They're just real sensitive. I don't know like they're always bruised or something. I don't know what's going on. And I got a vasectomy and 0 problems.
Yeah.
Didn't hurt,
Really?
no pain.
Bang,
Did they,
bang, 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 bang. Talk
I
to
know.
Tom about this because I need this to happen.
You had pain. Oh, you haven't gotten one.
No.
He needs to get
Oh.
one. Yeah, I can't have another kid.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Put something in a jar and then freeze it.
Yeah, if you want to have another with your second wife. I'm not having more children.
Are you sure?
Tom, I want a baby.
I want a baby.
See?
Can you go get your sperm sickle? Right in there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Is that a dinosaur?
It sounded kind of
fuck?
like it, right?
Chad, let's talk about your vasectomy. Is it walk us through the process?
Yeah.
I went in and the guy, he has he's like an accent. He's
And this is, by the way, is this
in Fergus Falls.
Did you have a setup appointment before this to like?
Yeah, so you
Yeah,
have
they
to
don't
go
just
in.
do it.
I'm
you have to-
asking.
you have to go in and get the consult.
Right.
And during the consult, though, he said because of a vasectomy, it can speed up cancer in your crotchal area.
Why?
And everywhere, prostate. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. Don't tell people that this is true, because I don't know if maybe he was just fucking with me. Maybe in a small town, maybe he was just like, oh, funny man, huh? Let's see if this is funny.
Right.
But anyways, yeah, so he gave me the...
You want cancer? And you're like,
prostate.
what? I'm just kidding.
prostate
That's a
exam.
fucked
And,
up joke.
and then I went in, and it's like people I went to high school with are the nurses.
Oh Christ.
So you're sitting there with a shaved everything, right? It's freezing in the room. Not an excuse,
Right.
but it's just weird.
Yeah, of course. Your
Because
dick
it's
and
like,
balls are
remember
out.
when we had creative writing together? And they're like moving your dick to the other leg, and you're like, cool. This is so comfortable.
Oh man, I've never seen my dick as small as I've seen it in a doctor's office. You know,
It is funny.
It's like I've looked down and been like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And this is just like for a physical, right? I'll feel like I got to fluff this a little bit,
But
just for
you've-
like my own self-esteem.
You really think he's looking at you and
I
assessing?
don't think so. I think I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm better than this, you know?
Oh,
And what do you think about like nakedness and how do you fluff
I
it?
think
You
I'm
get in
more.
there with your hand?
I'm just more like just smack it
Whack it
around.
around?
Yeah, just smack it around. Just to give it like just some dignity. I mean, I've seen it literally a new level of small in a doctor's office.
Like when you have to wipe when you pee. That
Exactly.
kind of where you're like, wait a second. Do I have a concave dick right now?
yeah.
What's going on?
I mean, like retreats inside. I've never seen.
But
it
it's
like that.
yeah.
I think it's
makes
because
sense.
of the medical atmosphere, and
Yeah.
you're a little, somebody's
Nervous.
poking and yeah, you're nervous. It's cold. It's always fucking cold.
Yeah.
I got embarrassed when my doctor. I was like 9 months pregnant. And my doctor was examining me, and I farted right in his hands. And I was like, I farted on you. He's like, it's okay. Remember that? Were you
Yeah.
there for that one?
No, I was there the time after, and he's like, "Farts happen. Everybody farts."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's still talking about it somehow.
Yeah.
2 months later.
2
I
months
guess
later.
not 2 months.
That fucking
You'd be
chick.
11 months pregnant at that point. I'm not good at math.
So wait, so the consult is he's like, "You're gonna die," and then he gives you a further exam, and he's like, "Okay,
Thumb up the deal.
really?"
Really?
I have to tell you, he lubed up the whole glove. And I actually said, my insurance is not going to pay for all that lube. Because there was a dollop. You know what a dollop is?
Yeah.
That requires a spoon.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what in the fuck? So he goes, elbows on the desk. It wasn't, I still don't think this is what should have happened because it was
doesn't
so
sound
weird.
right.
Elbows on the desk and he just goes in.
Now,
He
why
goes,
the thumb? Why
"All
not
right."
the index?
I don't know. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. I guess I wasn't looking, but I assumed thumb. That's what I would have done.
Wow.
So he fingers your beehole.
Yep.
And then what? You come so hard.
All over. And he goes, that's not cancer. That's just a great
Does he
time.
taste it? He's like, that's not cancer.
Did he go like? Did he
You have
go,
Mountain Dew this morning?
Did he take his nails and gently prod behind?
Right in between my shoulder blades.
Uh-huh.
He bunched up my shirt and twisted it. And I was like, ooh, I like this a lot.
So, console. He's like, you're good to go. Your asshole, your balls, everything's good.
Yep.
And then you come back. He
Yep.
said it like that.
Yeah.
He's like, your asshole, your balls, everything's good. And then you come back. How long later? Next week?
Maybe 2 weeks, something like that.
And so, what's the day like when you go? Is there prep? He's like, don't eat before, or like, how does it go?
No, you can
Everything's
eat, you
fine?
can do whatever. You just have to shave everything.
Everything.
Yep.
Your beehole too?
Not your beehole.
Not your taint?
No.
But taint?
Twig and berries.
I like to get maybe halfway down.
Yeah. I got long taint hair. When I'm in the
Really?
shower, sometimes I'll go down and I'll look and I'll just see like, I mean,
Babe, everyone does.
no.
Because our hair
It's
doesn't
like when
get
you
trimmed.
it's like when you wash a dog though, the hair always looks longer.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, it's like a dog's beard
Yeah.
from my taint.
Always looks longer because it's like all together and then pointing down. The water's got to go. So gravity. Let's blame it on gravity.
So you go in, you're all shaved, and then he's just like, how does it start? Like, what does he
He
do?
licks it first.
It looks like the opening scene of a. There's two ladies in there,
Hey.
and then they strap you down.
No.
You're
so excited.
Tom was
you're
like,
what?
really?
But they just, they tell you don't move, don't touch anything, and then you can smell it. You can smell the cauterization. Is cauterizing?
Yeah.
Cauterization.
Yeah.
But
Is
they
that a
numb
word?
you, right? Clearly.
They do numb you. Yeah, they shoot you in the vas with the local.
With the vas?
The vas.
Deferens?
Vas deferens?
So
Okay.
you feel
Zac
feel
Efron?
Yeah, vas.
Zac Efron's?
Efron's.
So you feel
Right, the Zac Efron.
an injection,
Yeah, you feel that.
and then after that you don't feel anything,
Right.
but you do smell.
Yeah, you can smell when they're.
How long does that whole procedure take?
I don't know, 20 minutes maybe.
And then no soreness afterwards?
Well, you had to sit on a bag of peas, and I didn't lift anything for the weekend. But otherwise, that's it.
Oh.
And then how many
That's
jacks
it.
do you have to jack for?
I think I had to bring in 3 samples.
To make sure there's no swimmers. And
Stroke that dickhead this up and down 4 times.
Okay.
did you take crystal meth before you jacked your peener?
I take crystal meth whenever.
See, that sounds really easy, Tom.
That doesn't sound too bad.
No.
For me, it was. I mean, your kids are little,
Yeah.
so if you start over,
No.
that's not. I mean, I have a 19-year-old and a 14-year-old.
No, that'd be
No.
nuts.
So you throw a fucking baby into that,
Yeah.
Negative.
and where's the bridge?
Yeah.
For me, I'm not a monster.
Right.
Right.
But you would definitely be like, that. There goes my life.
Well, I mean, imagine 4 years left on your prison sentence, and then you shiv somebody in the yard, and they're
Yeah.
like, "You're here forever now." I mean, that's how I think about it.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, what if you got someone? Yeah. So now you can't get someone pregnant.
I sure can't.
Yeah. And you tested that a few times.
Uh-huh.
Or-
And I've called in and I go, so do I need to test this like every 6 months? And they go, you don't. And I'll just bring it in anyways. I'm like, can we make sure?
Good for
Really?
you.
Absolutely.
So you're just busting nuts and road beef left and right, it sounds like.
It's not road beef. It's just me needing an excuse to jerk off and feeling whole about it.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. Wow. So, Tom, are we doing this or what?
Doing what? Oh.
You getting snipped?
Snips.
Yeah, I'll get snipped.
Yes.
I'll get snipped.
When?
Oh, please. Tomorrow.
Let's do a live remote from there.
How about December since I'm home for a stretch?
Seriously, I would love that. I've been on birth control since I was 15, and
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
But they'll make you do mouth checks. That's what the doctors do now.
Taste test.
You have to go like, yeah, there's nothing in there that can get me pregnant. You have to do it like over
Yeah.
and over.
Okay.
Can I just tell you, you just blew my mind because I burped and kept it in my throat, and then you burped and the noise came through, and I was like, did I just fucking do that? That was crazy. Oh my God.
You
do it at the
I
same
almost
time?
melted
You
down.
were
Yeah.
respectful?
Exact
Is that
same
what you
time.
mean?
I kept it in my throat, and I went, God, did that come out? Oh, that was nuts.
That is kind of crazy.
You know what Tom calls that? Synergy.
Oh.
When two people burp and fart at the same time.
It's really
Burp and
magical
fart.
stuff. It means you guys are really good friends.
we're synced up, our cycles.
Do you have any weird porns that you're into? Like, are you into watching weird stuff?
I don't, and it's gotten to the point.
No weird kinks?
It's almost the opposite of that, where, something will be on, and then I'll just have to stop and be like, wait a second. That's his real mom? Not like a step. I can't watch this shit. It's disgusting. I was watching two Germans one time, and I was all ready to go. Everything locked and loaded. And and one of the ladies looks at the other one and goes, "Sucks his tits, you bitch." And I couldn't stop laughing. And I just was like, well, this is done.
Yeah, I wish we had that audio for this show.
That sounds
"Sucks his tits, you bitch." It was great. I laughed so goddamn hard at that.
Yeah, there's weird stuff.
Oh, fuck. Get your nose up in those balls.
That's like ball porn. But we had we had Josh Potter come in. He brought in weird, like some of the weirdest stuff he could find. And then we put a call out there for other weird things, just beyond the normal, the vanilla stuff. And we got this email. It says, "Hey, I just watched episode 469 of when Josh Potter was on and showed a video of a nameless hero doing God's work and servicing the genitals of crippled undesirables. Jesus. The topic of disabled porn, and more specifically porn with people who are missing limbs, came up. And as a 20-year-old man missing both legs, let me tell you, the people who fetishize missing limbs are very real. Someone with an amputee fetish is referred to as a devotee. And there are different sides to this. Some people just want to have sex with an amputee. Some people get sexual pleasure from the desire to become an amputee. There are certain instances where people have actually mutilated themselves to become an amputee so they can pop a bone and then squirt till sundown. It is very common for amputees to have people randomly message them on Facebook and other social media and ask to see pictures of their stump or ask them if they ever use their stump during sex. There are mixed feelings in the amputee community about devotees. Some people think it's gross. Some people think it's nice. Personally, I think that knowing someone may want to rustle my jimmies due to me missing limbs is awesome. Many people missing limbs are very self-conscious, feel they may never find someone who will want to skeet their meat. Knowing that devotees exist gives myself and other cripples hope, too, that we can get our dicks licked. Thank you for bringing up yet another important topic and for truly being the voice of the people and America's podcast. Piss on me, beat me, and a face of fart, Nathan H.
A face of fart.
A face of fart.
I tell you, these emails are so beautifully written.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that there was that whole segment of society.
How do you get there? Do you lose your virginity to somebody with thick legs and you're like, I need more access to that shit?
I don't know. It's a good question.
How do we do this?
It's a good. I'm always fascinated though that whatever your condition, whatever it is, there is somebody that's very turned on by that. You can be 600 pounds. You could be missing a limb. You can be unable to walk, and someone out there is like, God, I fucking love that shit. It's such a turn on. I mean, they really do.
Yeah.
There's really something that turns everybody on. I don't know.
Yeah, right now. Not in Minneapolis. Or
Fergus Falls.
Fergus Falls, no.
Maybe not.
Well, again, I told you, they're all married. And
They've been done married, yeah. We got to find you the hot weather sluts.
The hot weather sluts. They're out there, man.
Arizona, you're right. That's where real sluts are.
Somebody also messaged that whoever did that Photoshop gang, member of the guys transitioning to women.
Yeah.
They said that they did me dirty. And they told me, Tom, you have serious potential as a super hot chick.
Never.
You look like a Russian porn star or how God should have made Jesus. I am rock hard and came 4 strokes on these. Love you both, and your podcast is hilarious. Sean said this is a better representation of me as a hot chick.
Oh, that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
That's actually...
That's you?
As a woman, yeah.
Well, that's somebody who I think put maybe my eyes in there.
And the nose a little...
And then half did the mouth.
Well, here's the problem with your transition that I foresee. First of all, that's better. That's accurate. That's better. Your hairline, we're going to have to do some restoration.
Like major surgery there.
It's going to have to bring it down a little bit more. the electrolysis. You've got so much facial hair.
I
You're
know.
gonna have to take a lot of hormones, and your size. You're so big.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to thin you out a lot for you to pass.
Wow.
What do you think,
It's
Chad?
not just
How are
weight
you
loss.
doing mentally right now? She just kicked the shit out of you.
No, I mean, as a woman, I think it's a compliment that it would be really hard
Compliment.
for
I
you.
felt like she's been wanting to say all that shit for a long time, and this was just the way to sneak it in.
I think you're right.
I'm just saying, as a woman,
As a woman,
you cannot pass.
Do you think you'd ever do anything for your hairline?
no.
Good for you.
No.
No, I
you
think
gotta
he
let
looks
it ride. I think
great.
you look great too.
I like it like this.
I'm just
actually.
doing the buzzing. That's it. Trim it down.
Oh, you're
Absolutely.
cute.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You got a full head of hair, right?
I do.
Lucky guy.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's nice.
Yep.
Got that going for me.
Fucking
Full head of hair.
Oh my God, you so do. Fucking when we were in Asia together, every
Yeah.
chick walked up to him and was like, "You're hot."
Shut up.
Luxurious hair.
Yeah, they did. They were super
With
into
my
him.
sunken in eyeballs because I hadn't slept in 2 weeks. Just
my
like,
God.
hey, ladies. Yeah. Every single one of them. Ridiculous.
Have you ever
Bullshit.
dated Asian persuasion?
I've not.
Okay. Maybe single Chad will,
Not for any reason. It's just, again,
because you're racist.
northern Minnesota. So it's like, do you
Yeah.
want to date a white girl or a whiter girl?
Yeah, that's true, right?
Yeah.
It's super white. Is there any diversity in northern Minnesota?
Very little.
Yeah. That's another thing that's going to happen when you move to that hot pussy climate. You know? You're going to get different looks, man. It's going to be exciting for you.
Different look.
Different, like Indian girls, Asian girls, fucking black, Latina. It's all going to come to you.
Oh yeah.
You're going to
Miami.
be knocking
Miami.
chicks off your dick.
Yeah, I
wait.
mean, there's no doubt about it. So
Chad,
ridiculous.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How long does it take you to fart in front of somebody after you meet them? Like, do you fart in front of girls? Do you fart in front of friends? Have you farted in front of Tom? You guys have been friends for years.
I mean, I don't know if I have to. I do.
Do you know where I met Chad? I met him on the flight at the airport right before the flight to Hong Kong. So we met there.
That's when you met each other?
That's when we met. We'd heard about each other and talked. I think
gosh.
we tweeted each other, messaged each other before. And I remember one of the first things I did on that flight was I went to take a shit.
Yeah.
And I was in there probably 10, and I had just met Chad. And as I walk out of, there's always a little bit of like, I wonder if anyone noticed I was in the bathroom for like 15 minutes. So I was on the flight. I just shut the door, head down, and I look up, and Chad's like
It was 16 minutes and 14 seconds.
he looked at me like,
Yeah.
What were you doing?
yeah. He was really letting me know that he knew that I took a shit.
Of course.
Doesn't count for the Mile High Club.
So wait, you're asking about farting though?
Well, because my husband Tom has this neat habit of just farting in front of everybody.
Sure.
And he just told me yesterday we were eating dinner, and he goes, I was working out with my trainer, and I just farted in front of him on the treadmill, and the other guys got really mad in the gym. And I was like, well, of course they're mad, dummy. Nobody wants to smell your farts.
Well, what happened was I'm running.
No, that's
on
what
that
happened.
No,
Like,
I go like I
no
go
alternate
I
story.
rip a fart, and then my trainer's like, probably 10 feet away. He's sitting on one of those boxes, those box jump things, and he goes, was that the treadmill? Like he was genuinely confused. Like, what was that? And I go, yeah, it was the treadmill. And he was like, oh. And I go, no, I farted. And he was like, okay. And then I go, whew, man, that smells bad. I go, that smells really bad. And he's like, great. And it's like a small gym. And then like 10 seconds later, I smell this fresh, like unbelievably fresh scent. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, oh, I just sprayed down this whole gym with this natural. And then I realized that whole time, 10 feet behind me was another guy just sitting down on another piece of equipment. And I go, oh, I didn't know you were back there. He was like, yeah, I was.
You know when people really want you to put shit particles into the air?
Right.
When they're breathing their hardest.
Right.
Just maximum heart rate, and you just shit right in their mouth.
I feel like it's dangerous to hold it in at the gym for some reason. I always let it rip at the gym. I feel like when you're like exerting yourself and trying to push yourself,
Okay.
and then you're like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I'm not going to hold it in.
I've always thought to myself, You ever want to meet the prettiest girl in the world? Go to a hotel gym and fart. Because she'll be there in 2 minutes.
She will, right? Yeah. And you'll have it to yourself
Absolutely.
for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And at minute 47.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh, hey, no, did you see that other guy walking out? Wow, what a jerk, right?
He said he was going to take a shit. I told him it's right down there.
See, because it's become a pattern for Tom now where he's just been kind of farting indiscriminately. Like, we had Doug Mallard in here, and he brought his fiance over.
Okay.
Within minutes of meeting her, he farted in front of her at our dinner. And I'm surprised you haven't farted in front of our nanny. Oh, no, you do fart. And then she came right in the other night and smelled that.
I think once you get through the first couple, then it makes it easier.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
That's what happens sometimes. What I do is I'll
Right.
fart and I go, oh my gosh.
So
I'm so embarrassed.
Or you try to justify it. You guys, this is amazing. I haven't farted in years. The doctor said I'd never fart again.
It's what an accomplishment. This is actually a celebration right now.
I can't believe you guys were here to witness this.
It's pretty exciting.
So I'm guessing you don't do this in front of people.
I don't.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
And why not?
I don't know what it is. I think
Single guy now.
Manners.
That's what it is. He's looking for that new road beef, and he knows that you can't fart your way there.
God.
But now, if you go out on a date a few times, let's say, if you get comfortable, how long would it take you to fart in front of a lady, or do you never?
I think
do it?
normally it first happens on accident.
Right. Is it a few months in, probably?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you ever get jumper cables where they come in and just both sides of your ribs?
Yeah.
That happened once. She thought it was going to be so funny, and I just all over her.
Yeah.
Oof.
And that was accident. Then I'm like, well, thank you for
We broke the barrier.
yeah, thanks for doing that.
Yeah. Somebody emailed in about this. Hey, Tom and Christina, I'm a woman in her 30s. I have more gas than anyone I know. Dating is hard for me because I get crippling stomach aches and basically have to run home just to fart. How early is too early to start farting in front of a significant other? I currently just met a guy. He's very fun but very polite. He doesn't seem like the type of person I could fart in front of ever.
Oh,
Should I
dear.
end it now? Should I just give up on dating? I'm not completely haggard. I'm a pretty normal looking girl, just with an excessive amount of gas. Sincerely, gassy Caitlin. I feel
Caitlin,
badly, but
let's start from the science of it. Do you know why you're so gassy? Have you gone to the
Interesting.
doctor?
Right.
Maybe it's your diet. What are you doing? Is there any way to reduce your gas?
change what you're eating.
Diet.
Should affect it. Maybe like Bitsy, put some hemp oil, like our dog, on your food and see if that changes your stomach.
Yeah.
And why do you have to run all the way home? Can't you just like leave the room?
Yeah.
It depends on how smelly.
Just be like, I just I drank so much water before I got here today, and just keep going to the bathroom to pee.
Or be like, I'm a good person and I'm leaving the room to fart.
Right.
So that this way you don't have to
But-
do
Well, we're finding we're missing the operative
but-
the thing that she should be pursuing.
What?
The guy that loves farts.
That's true. And I got to say,
Yeah.
there's a lot of them out there.
It's surprising. We discovered that a while ago, and we got a whole bunch of messages from guys who are like, the whole idea of a pretty girl making a stinky smell turns me on. They love it.
Now, if you can handle the smell of your own farts,
Yeah.
I'm sure there are guys that would love to suck it into their mouth, come up, and then blow it back in your face.
There are guys out there that would want nothing more than Caitlin farting in
Well,
and around them.
maybe she
Yeah.
doesn't want like a fetish person.
Yeah, no, but it's somebody who likes her
And likes
and also
the
likes
farts.
that. Yeah. It's
Well,
what is a face of fart?
Caitlin, there's also Gas X and Phasime. If you've tried taking those, you may want.
Wow,
but
you're
she's
real
asking.
familiar with that
well,
stuff.
I've got
Beano?
massive farts. Beano. Mm-hmm. She's asking about what to do about this dude. I would say get your diet checked out. Take the Phasime, the Beano, and hang out with him for a while.
Yeah.
Or maybe just say, hey,
You have
man,
a
how do you
lot
feel about
of
farts?
business, a lot of interesting, yes. But which is your main characteristic? your specialty, your main characteristic?
Well, my main characteristic, my specialty is face farting.
Yeah. Face farting.
You haven't played the second part. It's the best part.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if this is it. I don't know. I don't see it.
Over.
Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah. I don't know which episode that's in.
Okay, I'm ready. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh.
I love this is happening out on the street. There's a truck driving by.
Yeah, it's out on the street.
No,
It
they're
really
in front
is.
of like a Dairy Queen. It's terrible. Yeah, it's really stupid.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You know what? I just reminded me of Tommy talking
What?
about farting at the gym. Tom and I used to live in Silver Lake, which is a predominantly gay area.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to work out at this gym that was known for having bears work out there, like big dudes. And then remember that one bear that would always build his musk?
How could I forget?
And he would use the treadmill that was placed right, like there was a fan right in front of him. There's always that fucking asshole. So then his bear juice is just being sprayed. I'm
I know.
trying to do a podcast
I know, I'm
and you're
sorry.
interrupting. And the smell of this guy's balls just throughout the whole gym. Remember that guy?
Did
Tom?
it work?
Did it attract other
Yeah.
cubs? Yeah,
Did
of
it work?
course it worked.
Dude smelled horrendous and was the biggest guy in the gym. Like a big Samoan, like 6'3", 330. Had fucking pierced nose, crazy tattoos, and just stunk. And he would just proudly walk around like,
And that works,
yeah,
huh?
smell. I mean, it must have worked. It must have worked. I don't know.
What is face farting?
Face fart. Face fart.
That's a guy who pretends to not understand what face farting means.
Yeah.
So he's like, what is this? It's Italian guy. And she's like, let me show you. He's like, okay.
As soon as she does, he's like, thank you. That was amazing.
That
no
was
accent.
very special. Yeah. That's what Caitlin needs.
Yeah,
Just a face farting guy.
a pig.
Yeah.
A real pig.
I think you'll find out that, if the guy's into you, you can fart whenever. It doesn't matter. I've had girls fart
Yeah.
around me all the time, and it doesn't.
We
That's
haven't finished
the
doing
truth
this.
of it.
Let's have Chad weigh in.
Sure.
So I'm doing the psychopath test.
Oh, great.
Psychology test here, and Christina's doing it too. And I need to answer a few more questions on the air.
Should we
before
all
Yeah.
take down our... Here, I'll give you
sure.
a paper pen if you want.
Sure.
You can take down some answers.
So, here is question number 6. By the way, the way that you the number score this is a 5 is a very good match to the statement.
Okay.
A 4 is a good, 3 is moderate, 2 slight, and 1 nothing. So think of it as 1 means I absolutely do not agree with the statement for yourself. Yeah? Or is that how you're doing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question.
How dumb do you think I am?
I know.
You started you're like,
I feel like
and if 4's good, I got the rest of them.
I think
you went all the way down.
I always
to
like to give
1.
explicit instructions.
He does.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know.
I find that I'm able to pursue one goal for a long time. Okay? Let's see here. I'm answering that. Okay. Next question. My main purpose in life is to get as many goodies as I can.
We're going to definition on goodies?
Yeah, exactly. It's road beef. Yeah. Okay. Next one is I don't plan anything very far in advance. Okay. Oh, next one's interesting. Making a lot of money is my most important goal.
It's a 5.
And let's see, we don't want to bore people with just reading these questions, so
Well, we're going to share our answers.
I know we are.
Yeah, very shortly.
I
Go ahead.
quickly lose interest in tasks I start. And I let others worry about higher values. My main concern is with the bottom line.
Jeez. It's a yes for Tom. 5.
No.
6.
Not at all. No.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's a good. That's number 6
Yeah.
through 11.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and share our answers.
Okay. I find that I'm able to pursue one goal for a long time. That's a strong match for me.
Me too. I 5. What'd you get?
I went with a 2.
A slight match. Slight match for you.
Okay, go ahead.
My main purpose in life is to get as many goodies as I can.
I'm a 2.
I went with a 3.
I went with a 3.
Wow, you guys are fucking psychos. Okay,
That's a moderate match.
sure. Go ahead.
I don't plan anything very far in advance.
I got a 4 just because we have 2 children who are prone to sickness, stand-up careers.
Yeah.
I went with a 3 because in my professional life, I have to plan things a year in advance. And in
Right.
my personal life, I don't know what's happening tomorrow.
True.
I went with a 1.
You don't plan at all.
Oh, I misinterpreted that. What? Hold on.
Sorry, read the question again.
The statement is, I don't plan anything very far in advance. And I feel like I do plan things very far in advance.
Okay.
So that's a 1.
So that's a 1, meaning you disagree with that.
I disagree with the statement that I don't plan things.
Meaning you do plan things in
right?
advance.
So I think I interpreted it correct.
Listen, I'm just going to admit I put 3 down for all these because I didn't understand any of them.
Okay, how about this one? This is very revealing. Making a lot of money is my most important goal.
4. Hello.
2.
Jesus.
I put a 4 as well.
But you have to understand, I live in a place where if comedy doesn't pan out, that's what I tell people when they're not laughing. I go, do you think this fucking matters? I could mow lawns and make my mortgage. I live in the middle of nowhere.
That's very interesting.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like having money and stuff.
I like money.
I like money.
Well, money's great. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, where I live, I don't need a lot of it.
That's true.
I quickly lose interest in tasks I start. Where do you go for that?
I strongly disagree. That's a 1.
Yeah.
And that's where I went 5.
Did you really?
Oh, absolutely.
You're total sociopath.
I have fucking lumber for stuff that I was going to build 3 years ago in my garage still.
I think I should be more on. I think now that I hear this and like talk about it, I put a 1.
Yeah.
But I think it's fair to give myself a couple points higher.
Seriously, because you lose interest.
I'm not saying I don't think it's a complete 5, and I don't think it's a 1. I think I probably should be a 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
You know, because there's things that I'm very much able to pursue as a task, and then there are some things that I like. Hearing him say, I'm like, yeah, I've done that where I've bought the thing to do the thing, and then I'm just like, meh.
I haven't listened to a full sentence this entire time. So I'm for sure a 5.
Okay. All right. So here we go. And then I let others worry about higher values. My main concern is with the bottom line. If that isn't meant to bait the craziest of the crazy in, people who hear that and they're like, definitely. I don't agree with that at all.
Chad?
I don't.
I was a 2.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Oh, I'm a 1.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
You got to leave a little space.
A little space is good. All right.
Wow. Well, clearly, Chad is the sociopath here.
No. Not
Yeah.
at all.
I'd say there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
very
squirt.
calm.
Yeah. We learned about our heart rate thing?
That's true.
So I was watching this crime documentary thing on Netflix, and they said that it's not confirmed, but it's like proposed idea that's an indicator for sociopaths is that many of them have a low resting heart rate, and the theory is that they need excitement to just feel alive,
To feel normal.
Yeah,
To get to normal. Yeah.
so that they do things that are high risk and crazy things basically to just elevate that heart rate that's always.
I mean, you
so
remember when I slid down the wet hill in
that
Hong
was
Kong into traffic, right?
Real, yeah. That is, by the way, a not completely vivid description of what he did. Was terrifying. I mean,
On accident or purpose?
so on purpose, on a hill in the rain.
God.
It's a steep hill, and they have
In the city, not like
they have an escalator. That's how steep the hill is.
Yes.
So everyone's on this escalator because there's a top over it, and it's raining.
Fuck.
And with all the soot in the air, it comes down with the rain and made it very greasy. feeling.
Yeah. So like the hillside is like, it's basically picture wet brick. It's like,
Oh my God.
and he gets a trash can lid off, jumps
Plastic
on it,
one, yeah.
and slides down like head first,
Like it's
arms
snow.
like an angel.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And we just like see him going, and then we just see cars rounding a turn, coming around.
He's down talking to a taxi, trying to negotiate to get back across the bay to our hotel. He pulls his head out the window, looks at me, and he goes, "What the fuck?" And then back in negotiating. But it was
Wow.
It was really
pretty
scary.
nightmarish. But my resting heart rate's 9, so I need to do stuff like that.
See, both of you are psychos like
I
that.
have a really low resting heart rate.
Tom
too.
does too.
I had it where
Wow.
like they were like, one guy, the nice tech at Cedars when they were examining my heart was like, man, it's really low. He's like, do you work out?
Yeah.
And I go, yeah. And then like the nurse came in who was no nonsense, She was like, looks at the thing. She's like, wow, it's really low. He goes, the guy goes, he works out though. And she looks at me. She's like, no. Like, not like that. He doesn't.
This is something upstairs.
This is something else. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So maybe that's at the root of it, you know?
Well, that could be.
Want to see a total fucking pig?
Yeah.
At the airport? Somebody sent this in. Well, this is from the actual listener. It says, I'm currently waiting for my flight home and witnessed something absolutely disgusting in the middle of a crowded terminal. This is low and loose behavior and has absolutely floored me. In a terminal.
No.
This guy.
Oh my God.
He's really getting it, like in between the toes.
Oh my God.
Dude, this is.
I'm going to vomit.
She goes on to say, she says, this guy took his shoes and socks off, started picking at the skin between his toes, and peeling his blisters right here in the terminal. I mean, that is savagery. That is absolute insanity to witness.
It's so inappropriate.
I've seen people clip their nails.
Yes, in public, on airplanes. It's so gross.
My daughter was really bothering me one week, and so I took the whole skin off of a blister and let it dry, and then I put it on her pillow. And she almost fucking murdered me in my sleep. But you know what? Don't be an asshole all week.
That's true.
So she was really, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you know.
Did she come tell you when she discovered it?
Yeah. She screamed. She didn't come tell me.
Oh, she just
She
screamed.
sat above her bed. Dad, you're disgusting. Just freaking out.
And you were like,
so gross.
Yeah.
Go to bed. Just give her one of those. Resting heart rate.
Yeah.
Very calm.
Very calm.
But don't you think that grooming in any enclosed space with other humans that you're not related to is just disgusting?
It's completely
Like,
unacceptable.
I vomit even just having some girl brush her fucking horsey hair on the airplane.
It's
and you're
crazy,
like, why
too.
are you brushing your hair and all your dirty dandruff flakes are everywhere in the air?
Yeah.
You know, in your dirty fucking hair.
You know what you're
Ugh.
doing too.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Is
nasty.
everyone knows what I mean, if you're clipping your nails, you're so fucking bonkers.
God.
To do that in a plane or a terminal. It's like, I've seen people just fucking clip. I'm like, what?
That actually reminded me of the brush thing. My daughter has pulled all the hair out of her brush and then packed it in my suitcase.
That's pretty
That's
great.
smart girl.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
That's a smart girl.
It was fucking, you pull out your stuff, you're like, oh my God.
She's like, it's my version of a love note, Dad. I love you.
Come back soon.
Oh my God.
That's fun.
Let's see if this motivates Chad to maybe, I don't know, open his mind, open his heart, change the way he sees things, you know?
I'm sitting here in the desert and just looking at this beautiful vastness and thinking of those times of how I've compromised myself because I was so afraid to be alone. And this desert reminded me of lonely paths I've had to travel within and how I've had to put everything that I love and everything I've built on the line to simply be happy. And how it can be the most terrifying thing to do, and it can feel absolutely lonely.
This is why people cheat. Right here. This kind of shit.
Yeah, right?
You're like, hey, check out this video I did. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like,
It's a lot. Well, this is an Instagram post. Like, this isn't even just on her website that maybe, you know, if you're really interested in Jada Pinkett Smith, you're going to go and she's talking about wellness. Like, this is on fucking Instagram.
do you think that she busts this out when,
oh my gosh.
like, what do you think when Will's like, hey, my new movie I just shot, you know, is it's coming out next month. I'm pretty excited about it. She's like, check out what I just shot.
Yeah. It'd be great if this was on her Instagram and then what the next thing you clicked on was, this is a story all about how my wife got sick.
This is beautiful where she is, though.
And emptiness. So much beauty there. And we should all just look at how we're compromising ourselves in our lives, compromising our happiness, simply to not be alone.
Sounds like,
Here's to love and here's to you.
oh boy, it sounds like there's trouble in the marriage. You know what I mean? She's like compromising myself, not happy.
I hate when people take that tone because you know they're lying and they don't believe themselves, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys, I've been working out a lot and I feel great and I don't have tits. It's fine.
Yeah.
And that's horseshit, all of it.
Yeah. Do you think that, like, a lot of this is just it's just directed at one person, and everything is like it's meant to be like this is public consumption. I'm just putting it out there, but I'm really just trying to tell you something.
I think so.
That's kind of my favorite stuff. You're like, this isn't for everybody.
So you have two options, right? I can go home and be like, I fucking did everything for you.
Yeah.
Or you can find a desert and be like, I've put everything on the line for love.
Oh, no.
I've been picked on a lot on this show.
I don't believe that.
I have been for what I laugh at. People think it's really wrong sometimes.
Chad, I'd agree with that statement.
That he gets picked on for laughing? Or that he laughs at inappropriate shit?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's true. That's a true statement.
Here's a submission. Do you think this is funny?
It's good now. I mean,
I don't like where it's going already.
I know for a fact that I saw it, though. There's no question about that. I'd rather retie now than fucking retie after a big old fish breaks me off.
For people listening, there's just a guy who's fishing.
Great forearms.
Great forearm. Veiny. Probably just has those natural, strong forearms. Just
yeah.
He lifts.
He's an outdoorsman.
Yeah. Lean build. So he's getting his, what do you call that? His what's
tackle?
Yeah,
bait?
Is that it? Yeah.
Lure.
His lure. Ready. He's he's sitting there alone on a boat fishing, and then
something bad's gonna happen. I don't like to see it. Let's see what happens.
Oh! God damn! Get the fuck out of here! God damn! Go! Fuck! Fuck!
What just happened?
Yeah, what just happened?
Hornet stung him.
A bunch of times?
Yeah, I think a couple maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck! Get my fucking phone out of my pocket! God damn!
It's a nice
boy,
lake.
I'm getting fucking eaten up!
There's a nice lake.
God damn it! God fucking damn, boy!
Got kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck! Ah, that fucking hurts. God damn. God.
He was just so calm for so long.
Yeah, he was. He actually wrote in. We rarely get the person who made the video send in the video. It's usually somebody else sending it in. He goes, I recently found your channel. Understand you like videos of people getting hurt. So here you go. I personally don't find it funny because it happened to me, but all my piece of shit, quote, friends seem to enjoy me screaming like a bitch. Craig. Well, Craig, I did enjoy it.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Because he's saying, I'm going to get this fit. Like, the big strategy behind it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, attack mode.
And you thought that was funny.
I peeked up like a prairie dog.
Yeah.
I have the worst posture, and all of a sudden I was like, what? Like I'm in the military trying to watch that shit.
But do you laugh at like things like that?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah.
No, you guys are besties. That's why. Ay, Maron.
Hey, we better do something.
That ground's coming pretty fast. Yep, you heard it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It hurts too much. It fucking hurts so bad. Oh, God. Oh, God, it hurts so fucking bad. Oh, God.
Yeah, you heard that shit crunch. That was coming fast.
That was coming really
But
fast.
how funny is it on a scale of 1 to 5? 5 being you very much agree.
Can you go through all of the numbers?
4 being just good. 3 being moderately agree.
I think if you jump out of a plane and something bad happens to you,
yeah,
then that should be, oh, here comes another one.
Ay.
What was that? What was that? Oh, that's straight up a car. What does bakula mean?
Stuck.
You looked it up?
Yeah, we went send it in.
That guy is the best,
his
though.
face hit the back window. Right?
I don't know.
It's so bad.
He's real concerned, though.
He's like, God damn
You
it.
fucked up my car, man.
Guess what, though? We've played this so many times, so we've really gotten it out there. It happened in Taiwan. Turns out, because some people were like, that guy's definitely, his legs are removed. He was fine. He was actually
really?
fine. Yeah, this was in the news there. Guy turned out to be totally fine. He was just bruised. But it definitely looked worse.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to get a lot of that amputee.
Yeah, devotee emails.
Devotee,
yeah.
Was that funny for you too, or?
Yeah, I mean, don't stand behind a. I mean, it's all this common sense shit.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a different perspective.
People always make
That's
fun of
true.
me because when I walk into a bathroom, I always look behind the door. If I'm at a bar, I peek behind the door just because my friends are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, it's not gonna be so funny when you get butt fucked in here, but I'm not going to."
Yeah.
You're a part of the rape culture. You're afraid of kind of how women have to deal with the world. You navigate
I can't even imagine
the world the way we do.
Well, I just like to know what's behind the door. That way, when I'm pissing, I don't have to question it.
Right.
You know?
No, we do that too. Is someone in here gonna fucking attack me right now?
Makes a lot of sense.
In here?
In this house, especially.
No one's gonna. You're fine. Right?
Oh no.
Tung tung. This is my heartbeat. Tung tung. It takes that long.
That long.
Yeah.
That slow.
Yeah.
Have you had it checked out? Really? You could have like a problem.
When I sleep, people think I'm dead.
You should probably have it looked at. You know, they can just do like a sonogram of it. Because my mom had some heart defects. They checked mine to make sure I didn't have it. I don't. Anyway, they just put a thing over it. Quick. They can look at it.
I just think it's because I don't know how
5
to love.
minutes.
If you guys have not yet been convinced to see Chad live, or
I'm guessing not. I've been so funny today.
You have been. If you have not yet been convinced to see him live, we highly recommend it. But we also think you might be convinced by the web stuff he's been doing.
No. When I say I don't work, I only mean that I ended regular full-time employment at age 40. Since those like me who are on disability don't seem to need it, I'll explain. Though highly intelligent, I was born with physical problems and severe learning disability that got worse with time.
What the fuck is this?
Well, I was just trying to explain where I was at that day.
Yeah. It's a cool backdrop.
I kind of feel
There's
like
a map of the world, a hammer, and a symbol. Some might say is a swastika.
I thought that was for like wind power.
Oh no, I just letting people know where you stand.
Can I tell you something? I don't even know what is about to happen.
Yeah.
My YMH tinglies are telling me this might be something we're going to enjoy for weeks to come.
Yeah, you might be right.
I'm feeling like it's got the makings of a great video.
This okay. So the person who made this, just in case you didn't know, is not Chad. If you're listening, but they have a little screen. I can't even think of words. An announcement at the top of the show or of his videos that say, "I'm hosting this channel as an extremely controversial speaker."
Ooh,
that's what it says before these videos play. And as a citizen of the U.S., I uphold the freedom of speech that our Constitution provides. It says that freedom of speech is meant to protect unpopular speech. So this guy is really a free speech proponent,
and he's done his research.
Yeah. It also says that the man has some mental difficulties.
No,
he might. Well, it says
let's get to them.
He says he might inadvertently offend or invite dismissal by being socially inept and to overlook it. Instead, investigate his claims and viewpoints for yourself. So, it's just
I love how no one's just an asshole anymore.
I know, right?
It's always like prefacing it. It's like Patrick Ewing. Well, my finger hurts just in case I don't have a great game.
I think there's so much here that I'm just going to jump through a few.
Yeah, let's go. I'd like to see it.
I just want to see what he's up to.
I'm eager.
I could only graduate high school via a special program for problem students. I didn't go to college since no college could accommodate my needs.
Check.
From there, I worked many jobs, but could only secure very low-paying jobs. Half the time, I couldn't even find work, even a low-paying job, until my father stepped in for me. For example, one time my father gave my manager money for Christmas. One company hired me because my father's company was funding theirs. A boss from another company hired me because his child was enrolled at my father's daycare center.
Okay.
After my dad retired from full-time work, he told some security companies that if they hired me...
Okay.
What?
That's a lot.
What is but I
There's
do
a
like
lot.
I like the cadence.
It's a kind of Wisconsin-y cadence, right?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's more. It sounds more Amish.
You think so?
Yeah, like a Pennsylvania.
Oh, I thought it was more Midwest. Okay.
Well, I like that he talks like that. I like his background. I like his presentation.
Let's see if he pushes any
Content's
buttons.
suffering right now.
I don't know if he pushes any buttons. Let's see.
Then there were cases of mistreatment and discrimination.
Oh.
For instance, I was fired for supposedly attaching and raising the American flag upside down on the flagpole, which I'd never do, while a recent Muslim immigrant from another shift had the same job and was likely to have done it.
So,
wow.
Oh.
A Muslim.
That's a sign of
guy.
distress.
That is a sign of distress.
When you raise the flag upside down.
Is that right?
It's a sign of distress.
I didn't know that.
I learned that from a Robert Redford movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie?
Maybe something to do with Castle.
Ah, okay.
Maybe it was just The Castle, but it was also the guy from Sopranos.
James Gandolfini?
Yeah, who was the prison warden.
Hmm.
Anyways, so I want to go back here. This guy has a manager.
Uh-huh.
And his dad has a company.
And a daycare.
That funds another company, but yeah, and then he goes, but my dad's daycare.
Yeah. Maybe his dad had multiple businesses.
A lot of confusing shit going on.
Well,
At the company I worked at the longest, fellow employees kept purposely blowing big farts, which I had to smell and breathe.
There it is.
So-
there it is. I knew I was going to like it.
He might be talking about me.
Yeah.
What gym does he go to?
I knew I liked this.
Oh, man.
I knew I'd like
While
it.
working security at another job, I found a splatter of blood. It was a freak accident where somebody collapsed right in the middle of a tiny staircase, which I couldn't find in time. Therefore, they tried to blame me for trying to murder someone, believe it or not.
So far, this guy's got your number. Blowing farts.
Yep.
Murdering people.
That's the first time he looked off the paper, too. Just say, raise his hands up. Can you believe this?
I have not murdered anybody.
Blowing
haven't?
farts.
Not, I haven't.
Not yet.
We got to ask him ride or die next.
Okay.
So for those who complain that I'm cheating the government...
Okay.
You don't know anything. This should enlighten you. Think. Don't judge others until I explain myself.
Today is Mental Illness Day. I know Mom's house.
Actually, it was
There's a lot.
mental health awareness last week.
Oh, well, there you go. That's why we're doing this.
That is it?
Yep.
We're just a little late.
This guy should have to read everything because that keeps him calm.
Yeah.
And then my dad had my manager, why are you doing this?
That was so scary.
Yeah.
That's aggressive.
That was,
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like the why are you doing this, and I like the blowing farts part.
Yep.
He's hurt someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's done something.
Blowing big farts.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
gonna.
Yeah. Man.
There's a lot going on in that clip.
That was pretty
We're gonna
crazy.
have to watch that. Yeah, a few more times.
Wow.
I feel like we're gonna visit that again.
It's a lot of stuff.
I accidentally overdosed.
Yeah, he's done. He's done a lot of stuff. Oh man. Yeah.
Wow. I accidentally overdosed.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Huh.
Yeah.
The world is a
man.
special place.
Seems weird that kind of guy would have a hammer hanging on his wall right by the door. Are you really the pizza guy? Just holding the hammer way up.
What do you think the justification is? Like if somebody goes, "What's up with the swastika?" Like, do you think he has? He probably has something
He
like ready
does.
to go.
He goes, it's not.
They have the
it's a-
fucking hammer. What's up with the swastika? I'll show you. Tunk, 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 done.
I think
that
it's-
world map is where he's buried people. Little pins in it.
I think he's one of those guys who does the. It's like the you know, the old white guy who goes, "How come I can't say the N-word? They say it all the time."
Yeah.
And you're like, "That's not how it works." He's like, but that's there. They're like, it's perfectly logical. Other people are saying it. Why can't I see it? It's always like a, and you go like, here's the thing. I don't have to tell you. Like, you know why. You know why you're not supposed to say it. You know what I mean? Like,
but why can't we?
Yeah, and you go like,
why can't we?
You go, you don't need the explanation. This is just like kind of a theatrical thing you're doing. And it's the same guy who would be like, I have a swastika. And you're like, Why would you do that? And they're like, well, actually the symbol existed before the Nazis.
That's what I was going to say.
And they're
they all
like,
do that.
so I am of the belief that we should celebrate the old Egyptian interpretation of the swastika.
It's actually a Native American.
Yeah. You're like,
Peace
so
sign.
overlook the people that kind of misused it. Exactly.
Since then, they've used it for other things. Though.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
Yeah.
Have you heard about the stuff it got famous for?
Just to be clear, I'm using it for something else. So be free to interpret it as you choose.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's how I always feel about the Confederate flag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
That's another one.
It's all these guys
Southern
that are
pride,
like, we shouldn't be giving participation ribbons to kids, and it's like, well, that's what the fucking Confederate flag is.
It's you
didn't win. That's a participation ribbon.
True.
That's true.
And they keep it in their trucks with their nuts on the trucks. It's
it's nuts.
Yes.
Not in California.
Yeah.
We move out here.
Still
You
trying
don't
to
see
get me
that
out here.
shit.
Yeah.
Not out here, bro.
Not in Southern California.
No.
Yeah.
true.
Try out here, man.
nuts.
OC. So much fucking road beef down in the OC.
I'm not looking for road beef, man. It's just a lot of. Then you got to text, and it's a whole bunch.
Oh,
yeah, the
the
text
I'm lazy.
courtship.
I'm just lazy.
Yeah.
I recently moved in with my grandmother. Here's an email. With my grandmother after graduating college, I found myself in a great dilemma. I get up every morning, get ready for work, and like any reasonable human being, I take a pre-work poop. 8:15 a.m. is my time, just like the great Top Dog, and I have found myself in a great deal of trouble. You've heard of pissing on the seats, I presume. Well, how about shitting on the seat? Yes, you read that right. My grandmother shits on the seat every morning. Oh, and I don't know what to do. Is this a power play by her? Is this a way of communication? Should I leave her some brown as a message back? Anyway, Tommy and Tina, the real question is, should I become poo pals with my grandmother instead of pen pals with her? Piss on me, beat me, yada, 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 ding, ding, you know the drill, Jacob. I think your grandmother
Well, where to begin?
is begging you to leave. I think
Absolutely.
She's just like, I was being nice when I said you could come live with me, you piece of shit.
She's
I didn't
shitting
mean it.
on the seat.
Yeah.
Or not.
Well, I
under?
think it's probably on the back of the seat.
That's probably what's going
people,
on.
When people sit back too far,
Exactly. And
then it like skims all the way down, so
Right.
like your shit is flat on
her
one side.
asshole
Dude,
is
you're
probably
blowing
right.
my mind right now, Chad. I thought I heard it all.
Yeah.
We
This
talk
is
about
real.
Brown a lot on this show. Dude, I've never heard this
Her
theory.
asshole's probably right up against the back rim.
Dude, I never even thought.
Because
just
she's
blew my mind.
And it might be because of how old she is. She's sitting,
She's got
in some way.
one of those things,
Because
those
of her,
walkers.
maybe a bad back, legs, you don't know.
Yeah, and if you're not using the squatty potty, sometimes it can curl up and go back.
And imagine you finding that shit every morning. There, you're like, God damn it, there's shit all over the seat. If that isn't motivation to get your own place, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
That's going to be us in 30, 40 years.
Shitting on the seat.
I love that you gave it
Yeah.
that.
How long do you think I just did
Next
that?
week?
Until you start shitting on seats?
You will. I'll be like, fucking Tommy, shit on this thing.
I know.
He's
You're going to
so
put me in the
old.
home right away?
No.
You'll be like,
No, I'll clean your shit.
Yeah, this is your new place. And I'm like, where are we? You're like, you're like, do you like it here, babe? I'm like, yeah. They'll be nice to you. And I'll be the guy who's like, I want another bath. And they give me another bath. I'm like, it's still dirty down here.
My grandma had dementia, and I'd always go eat dinner with her when I was in town. And I was at a retirement center.
In Minnesota?
Yeah. And so she would, we ate one day, and then they cleared the plates. And she goes, when are we going to eat? And I go, don't you feel full? I mean, can't you, like, not, I try to understand. But for me, I'm like, we just fucking ate. And then I go, well, try to remember what you ate. Do you have any idea? And she was like, I don't, but I trust you. And then we went and watched Texas Walker Ranger or whatever that's called.
Walker
Texas Ranger. And about 10 minutes later, she goes, and she looked at me and she goes, spaghetti? And I was like, well, what the fuck? That's pretty great.
Yeah, she tasted it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's how she remembers. She has to get it back up.
Oh,
into
my
the,
God.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
it's
she
actually a
remembered your
really sweet
question.
story.
Yeah.
It is. Was it a long time ago?
Yeah. 4 years ago. Something like that.
Not that long ago. Is she still with us?
She's not. Spaghetti.
Spaghetti's gone.
Spaghetti got her.
Do you have any other grandparents left? Parents?
I'm wiped out. Yeah, my mom.
Your mom.
Yeah.
You close to her?
Yeah. I live, I don't know, 2 miles away.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of nice.
That's sweet.
I see my parents twice a year.
Oh.
You know,
Well,
he lives 2,500 miles from me.
I see my mom twice a year. She
Really?
lives 2 fucking miles away.
Really?
From me. Well, more than that, but not as much as I probably should.
Yeah.
But she's retiring October 26th, so she said, I'll be over for coffee every morning. And I was like, great, I'm moving.
My dad's retiring December 3rd, and we've talked about it a lot. I'm worried. I'm serious. He's been involved with stuff his whole life, and he's like, next chapter, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, fuck, stop saying that. I don't know what he's going to do. And I'm like, well, you golf. He's like, yeah, I'm not interested anymore. I'm like, you fucking lost interest in golf. That's what you're supposed to do now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do.
That's not good.
I know. He's like, fishing. I go, you don't seem like the guy with the patience for fishing. Yeah, I'll get into it. Then he goes fishing with like my nephew. Next day, he's like, it was terrible. It's 3 hours out there. I'm like, 3 hours isn't even that long.
I've seen this happen. You know where it ends?
Where?
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck. I want him to get involved in something. What should we
Like?
get? I don't know. Anything.
Why
That's
don't you
the
have
thing.
him make those videos?
Have my dad make videos?
Yeah, make some videos with stuff on the wall.
I might have to get him more involved in the podcast. Maybe like we talked about having him.
He might. Why don't we do movie reviews?
We were talking about having him do because he loves to go to the movies.
Yeah.
He told me the other day, he's like, you know what's a great movie? Some movie that's out. And I go, okay. And he's like, you can always tell it's a good movie because your mother and I both liked it. And I go, yeah, that's my criteria too. Like as long as you two both like it, then I know it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's convinced that other people will always line up with his perspective on movies. He walks out of whatever the number one movie is like every other month. He's like, I went and saw this thing. It was terrible. I'm like, I think that's the number one movie in the world right now. He's like, yeah, it's not good. I'm like, okay.
And he's just out of there.
Splits all the time. What's your mom? What is she retiring from?
She is like the marketing receptionist for a power company.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's just ready to get the fuck out.
Is she super stoked?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my dad is too. I just wish he had like the other exciting interest.
He lives in where? Florida?
Florida, yeah.
I'd like to see him man on the street situation.
Oh,
Interviewing millennials.
Oh, my God.
This might be a good idea, Chad.
That's great.
Now, he loves current events quizzes at dinner. It's one of his like favorite games.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, he likes to humiliate your sisters and
Yes,
how
he does.
little they know about
He
the
does.
world. That's actually the goal.
His goal, he's just like, broads don't know as much.
Yeah.
So he'll be
To
like,
quiz.
He does. He's like, now, let me ask you something. Who's the Secretary of State? And like, if they're like, I don't know, he's like, yeah. Loves it that they don't know. It's like so old school, but he really is thrilled that a girl doesn't know.
I know. He loves to bring up politics with me
Uh-huh.
every time we talk. Now, Christina, are you happy that the Supreme Court is made of old white guys?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, stop. I know what happened with
Yeah.
Kavanaugh. Da-da-da.
Yeah. He's very much into that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would that be a fun
He
segment?
likes to bait me. Yeah. Yeah.
We'd have to edit the fuck out of it. But
Yeah. We would.
He'd be like, here is a 6-hour reel. All right. Me talking to people.
One interview, a person.
Yeah. I'm like, Jesus, man. Yeah. The movie thing would be fun.
Yeah.
I've always wanted my mom to review hip hop albums. I thought that would be fun. Have her listen and
that would be great.
And have her say, Tommy, this is disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not the whole album. Maybe like one song.
Yeah. What do you think
at
of
a
this
time.
song? Yeah. Whatever like the number one song is on the charts.
Yeah.
Could be fun.
And it probably sounds like this. Get it, flip it, suck it, fuck it. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
exactly.
That's about right.
That's all my daughter is listening to right
Is that, yeah, I feel like music, I mean, listen, I'm an old fogey. I listen to the same shit I liked when I was 15. I'm not a good current music person, but I do feel like it has gone that way, right? Like I watched the VMAs on MTV and I looked up the acts and I'm like, dude, all this shit's exactly the same. It's like mall music.
Yeah, it's so she listens to that around the house. It'll be like, do the dishes, vacuum, the floor, like all that stuff.
all that stuff,
And
yeah.
then she plays her ukulele and she'll play, you know, like Where Is My Mind or something. It's
that's
ridiculous.
cool.
Yeah.
So it's like, where are you learning this? Well, we share iTunes and it's all your stuff.
Oh, so she gets to.
So she learns it on ukulele, and then but the music she listens to, it's ridiculous. I have a question. How long ago did you stop recording?
Oh no, we're still going. I actually looked.
I thought you'd just be like spaghetti, huh? That's a fucking.
That's enough. That's enough. Here's my dad laughing at his own joke.
Okay. It's like multiple choice.
What's the high pitch?
That's him laughing.
That is not your dad.
Yeah.
Sorry, multiple choice. 2 questions.
You sound. Are you okay?
I feel so funny. I can't believe I'm laughing this hard.
Yeah.
It sounds like someone's laughing in the background, a female.
Yeah, that's him like completely losing his shit. And this is my mom.
I'm Charo, I'm Polly, I'm Bi, and you can call me Zer.
I'm making her do reads.
I love how you're introducing me to all your friends, like you're auditioning me to be your brother.
I want you to be my brother.
This is my dad.
This is a good idea.
If you have never burp and fart at the same time, can you even say that you live? I honor you, the double pipe classic. That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. Yeah. So those two are going to be locked in a home together for the next however long they live. Jesus, man. I think it's gonna be crazy. I really do. I'm worried.
Well, I wish them both the best of luck.
Yeah, me too. I like them.
Why don't you have them come here and live with you guys?
Let's see what else is going on. Chadwick. That's your birth name, right?
Sure.
Chattels.
Matthew. Yeah. What's up? I can tell you anything about me because I've had LifeLock since it came out. Because my dad stole my identity.
He did?
Yeah. So I was like, well, if he's going to do it, maybe a stranger will.
Will you tell us the story, please?
He just, I don't know. He needed, so he went to prison for check fraud, all sorts of stuff.
Prison?
Yeah.
I did not know any of this about you.
Yeah. He went to prison and then he took off to Las Vegas. So I bought a car. There was something wrong with the engine. They gave me a replacement car to drive. Then my dad made copies of the keys. And when I got my car back, had me drive him to the dealership, stole that car, and drove it to Las Vegas.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. And my mom, I couldn't tell my mom any of that stuff. So she was like, I just want you kids to know it's not your fault. And I was like, well, kind of.
No shit. Yeah. How old were you?
I was probably 19 at the time.
Did you, what was your perspective on him then?
Well, I just thought, he's a fucking lunatic.
You did?
Yeah. So if he's going to, he's like, I'm going to Las Vegas. Like, great. Oh, man. Yeah.
That's horrible.
But it's, Chad Stephen Daniels. Yeah.
Is that your dad's name?
It is.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit, huh?
Pretty great. I don't know why you're all over him.
Yeah, what's your fucking problem?
Square.
I just...
Yeah.
It's my dad. I loved him.
Do you find it, because my parents were kind of wacky too. As a parent, did you, I don't know, like, do you not know how to, what a good dad looks like? Because yours was kind of shitty.
Oh, no, I think I go from the opposite. I know what not to do.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm not always doing the right thing, but I was given a checklist of what not to do at the beginning.
Right.
So that helps.
Right.
Like I looked at their birth certificate and I thought, well, I'm never going to take this Social Security number and use it to my advantage.
Right. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Because I tried to get a phone and I tried to get I went to get a car, and the guy for financing, and the guy was like, "It says here you owe $40,000 in child support on your credit report." And I was like, "That's all right."
How do you beat that? Like, how do you overcome that? Like in real life, like what's the process like when you go, oh, everyone thinks I'm somebody? Like,
I went through this phase of killing animals, where I would pray over their body, for their soul, and like, thank you for.
Now, didn't that make your life terrible?
Killing animals?
No, what your dad did.
No, not really.
No?
I mean,
you
it was
fix your credit. I think Tom's asking.
Yeah, you just
like,
have to
how
call.
do you?
You just have to call and say like, I was living with my mom the entire time. I didn't have this apartment. I didn't have.
But don't
the
they not
phone."
believe you?
Yeah, they don't believe you. But so you just have to get the records and.
Which is a hassle for you.
Bit of a hassle, sure.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, my mom would take my social security number as a teenager, as I was like 15 years old, and open credit lines, credit cards. One time I checked my credit, and I had like accounts open that I didn't even.
Was it to build your credit though?
No, it was so she could use my credit cards
yeah.
because my stepdad had ruined her credit because he was a criminal.
Oh, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Your mom stole your identity. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've told my therapist
Trying
about
to justify it, and I'm like, no, that's straight up.
Yeah, I know.
Theft.
It's happened. It's good.
Yeah.
Did you see a therapist for your daddy issues or?
I had when I went through my divorce, I saw a therapist and a minister, but I'm not religious.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just nice to chat 2 times a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it
Dude,
helped.
I would go every day if I could.
It helped a ton. Because they have, you're like, well, why do I think this and why do I think this? And then he draws a little diagram and you're like, oh, all right, that makes total sense.
That helps a lot, huh?
Yeah, shit. I thought I was a crazy person.
Right,
And I didn't want to be near my kids because it might hurt them. No,
Yeah.
that's not true.
But how long did you see them for?
I probably saw, all said and done, probably 2 years.
Wow, that's great.
That's awesome.
Feel much better.
I do. Sometimes I'll go like once every 4 months. Because I'll be like, I'm fucking, this thing sucks. Better call that guy. And then I can't get in for 10 days. And then I get there and I'm like, it's all fixed. So
Yeah.
you want to grab lunch?
Yeah. I go every week still.
Okay. For?
To see a therapist.
I mean, for what? Let's talk about it.
Just whatever's on my mind. I didn't have like a big jump off thing. I just feel much
It's an oil
better.
change, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it feels like a de-scrambling of your mind. That's the way I feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go in there like, I'm all fucking fixated on this thing. And then sometimes like the person can just say 2 sentences to you and you're like, yeah, I should just chill the fuck out.
You ever picked at a knot?
Yeah.
Forever, and the more it gets tighter and you're fucking frustrated.
Yeah.
And then you just need that one person to go,
Yeah.
you're pulling on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It kind of feels like that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of it. I really encourage people to go as often as possible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you to make more
To
appointments.
keep going?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm fucking fine, all right?
Do you like big tits? Go see Christina do stand-up. Now we're talking.
Just plug in
Thanks, Tom.
Christina's act.
Cool.
God.
It's really neat. Talk to your shrink about that one.
What do you talk about in therapy? Well, I make my mom say all this shit.
Yeah. You bring up that.
All right.
I gotta pee.
Okay. Chatathy, thank you for stopping by.
Chattels.
Thank you for having me.
We had a lot
so
of fun with
fun.
you. People can see you. If you're listening the moment this comes out, don't forget that Wednesday night you can see Chad at the Irvine Improv. The rest of the weekend in Tempe at the Improv there. And any other big dates coming up?
We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. And the
What's your
website?
website?
I can't remember. ChadDaniels.com. All my live dates are till March.
Okay.
On there, so you can.
Everything he's put out's amazing. Check out his album specials. Will
He's
be another
so
one.
funny, you guys. Really
I mean, couldn't
check
you
him
tell
out.
from what I was saying today?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So funny.
Try It Out by Freddie and the Cat. Closing song. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
Black guys will love to fuck and fuck good. If you're a hot black guy and you want to fuck me at $23.95, if you want to move in, you can move in, but you gotta fuck me. I need to be fucked a lot, man.
Hell yeah, brother. Woo! Well, it ain't no crime to have done sometime. Now you're standing out in the rain. And I'm all alone inside at $23.95. Desperation drive. Free rent, free food if you're moving. Just gotta be here like I'm Whitney Houston. Won't you please? This song will feed me. That's the way you gotta treat me. Get yourself a key in my house. Bring your friends, try it out.